Suplex City, bitch.
Welcome to Suplex City Limits, Episode 5 for Sunday, May 3rd, 2015. I am Jim, along with the axe to my smash.
Rando Commando.
Back again, talking wrestling. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Suplex City Limits. On Twitter, @SuplexCityLimit. Available on Podbean, TuneIn, and Stitcher.
That is correct. I'm gonna keep lying to you guys every month. I keep saying that we're gonna get up on iTunes. I'm sorry, I just haven't had the time.
I'm just gonna do it.
Okay. I'm sorry. I feel like you do a lot already with as far as internet footwork, man. I feel like you do a lot, but fuck, man. I just don't have time.
So we're back again. Busy week in wrestling.
It was very busy week. We got a lot to talk about this week, man.
Dude. Got Extreme Rules first off last Sunday.
That's right, Extreme Rules. It was about a 5 out of 10. I'd give it.
Oh, I was gonna give my score at the end, but if we're giving our scores ahead of time, I give it 4 dirty John Cena steroid needles out of 10.
I'll give it 5 Seth Rollins dick pics out of 10.
There you go. I'm going to give it 4 Daniel Bryan neck injuries out of 10.
Ooh, too soon? Too soon, man.
Speaking of too soon, on Raw, this is kind of a big story. Do you hear Booker T's silly comment?
No, well, I'm sure I did, because I did watch all of Raw, but it might
You haven't heard the controversy this week, then?
No, what did he say?
Okay, so during the match, when Neville was wrestling...
Okay.
He... Bradshaw makes the comment of, we've never had a king of the ring, a high flyer king of the ring. And he's like, well, I guess Owen Hart was a high flyer. To which Booker T immediately responds, but he didn't defy gravity. I fucking died.
Really?
Oh my god. And he, quick, you could tell, he was like, oh no. They since edited that out of the Hulu version.
Oh, man.
And I guess the Hart family's mad, and it's like, dude, come on. He didn't mean that.
Yeah, he didn't. Booker T's a smarter guy. He lets things slip. It's not the first time he's let.
Well, you always talk about him defying gravity. I know where he was going. If you hear that and think that he was intentionally making a joke,
about the horrific thing that happened to Owen Hart. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is, but still, me, I think you make a joke out of anything. When I heard it, I laughed so hard.
That poor Booker, man. He's probably gonna fucking get some shit for this, man.
I don't know. I mean, it's I think everybody knows it was just everybody can see how it happened, so I don't think it's
Yeah, I mean he's slipped before, back in the WCW days.
Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you, nigga.
Yeah. Coming for you, nigga. Yeah, fucking dropping the N-word.
That was great, too, because you can just see on his face.
Right away, he's like, ugh, damn it. And then whoever the other guy on Harlem Heat, I don't know why.
Stevie Ray.
Stevie Ray. I don't know. His name just escaped me there for a minute. But yeah, he took over the mic right away. It was as simple as that. Right away.
I'd also like to point out that I'm drinking Surge for the first time in a decade.
I actually have a Pabst in my hand for the first time in a long time, man. A PBR.
Pabst?
Yeah, Pabst.
I finally took the dive and ordered some Surge off Amazon. There's a reason this stuff was probably discontinued.
Yeah, because it probably...
It's really scary to look at, man. It's really weird drinking a neon greenish sort of drink. It's very disturbing.
Well, I remember when that shit came out, man. We had a few friends that were just fucking nuts about that shit.
Well, I remember back in the day, because they were pushing it, you could get 2 20-ounce bottles for 50 cents a piece. Sound like fucking old men when you say that. Back in my day.
Back in the 1997.
I remember, that's the thing is I'm so old now that I remember paying $1 a gallon for gas.
89 cents when I first started driving. 89 cents a gallon.
And that was good times back then. You could also get 2 packs of Old Golds, which is what I smoked at the time.
Right.
For $3. They were $1.30 a pack.
That's right.
Son of a bitch.
You could go buy a pack of smokes for $2.
Yeah. It's not that much of a raise, actually. My cigarettes are like $4.30. And actually, I went to the gas station today and bought 5 packs. The broad charged me for 4. In your face!
Can't see me!
I did that one time. I went into a store and they gave me back more money than I gave her to start with. And I laughed about it on Facebook, and people are like, "Oh, that's wrong." Fuck that, that's wrong. Well, she's not doing her job. That's her fault, man.
Right.
But it was great. I got a bunch of shit, and then I walked out with more money than I gave her. You silly
Why is the till $50 short tonight?
Yeah, good luck.
Have fun with that.
Have fun finding a new job.
Right.
Extreme rules.
What you gonna do, brother?
Coming into it, I had such low expectations, and I'm happy to say that it lived up to my low expectations.
It was a bunch of matches we've seen before.
Oh man, it was. I had no interest. I was like, well, let's watch this thing.
And then right away we'll get to that. I'll wait for that when we get to that match.
So Daniel Bryan is injured. I've heard for up to 6 weeks he'll be out. I don't know how long he'll be out, but
it's too bad, man.
It is too bad. But Neville and Barrett on the pre-show.
I didn't get a chance to see that, but I didn't get a chance to see any of the pre-card stuff. I was actually out running around trying to get some shit done before. For pay-per-views, I usually go down to a friend's house and we'll sit. He'll make a bunch of food and stuff, and we'll chill and drink some beers and watch the pay-per-view and make jokes, which we did, and we'll get to that a little bit later.
Make offensive jokes.
Not so much offensive jokes, but really funny ones, and I'm pretty sure most of our listeners are going to really appreciate some of these, because fuck, we were giggling like little bitches during the fucking Roman Reigns Big Show match. That shit was funny.
At least you had something to do. Also, yeah, I've mentioned it before. We have a private Facebook group, WrestleMania. Go ahead and ask to join the group, and we will see if you make it through the through the entrance process.
Yep.
No, but we do live chat all of the pay-per-views on there with a bunch of other awesome people.
See, the reason I didn't participate in the live chat this time is because we were about 10 minutes behind you guys because we had to pause it for some reason.
Oh, that happens.
Yeah, so we didn't, and I didn't want to have any spoilers because there was one that I was like, oh shit, and I knew what was going to happen in the match before it was even over. So I
believe it was Cody. I don't know if he's listening to the podcast, but I believe it was Cody made the remark, Big Show looks like a Paul Blart ate a Paul Blart.
Yeah, I remember reading that post.
There's lots of funny people on that group, and God, the live chats are great. Some of these, I remember WrestleMania was 750 comments.
Yep, I was pretty active in this.
And it was just fucking. The worse the pay-per-view is, the more comments there are, because people are so bored.
And the funnier,
they're cracking shit, yeah.
And the funnier the funnier the thread is.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, you had Neville and Barrett on the pre-show. I was surprised they put Neville over. That's awesome.
That is awesome. It's about time.
Good match. I don't know. Yeah, is it Barrett?
Barrett's so-so with me. He's ho-hum. He makes he makes a good heel.
I think you got to keep him around. Of course, the British fans love him. Yeah. I like him too. I mean, I wish they didn't get rid of the "I've got some bad news."
Yeah, that was his. Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I wasn't sick of that yet, which is surprising because I'm usually get pretty sick of bullshit like that.
Of a reoccurring gimmick pretty fucking quick, right? Yeah, I know. I get you on that one.
But I always enjoyed that. I didn't get why they used to have him up on a big podium and shit. That was really weird. You remember that?
Yeah.
They have him up on a cherry picker or something. What the fuck is going on? That was right when I started getting back into it again last year, and I was just very confused by the whole fucking thing. Right. You had the Chicago Street Fights open the show,
which was an exact copy of the Rowdy Piper Gold Dust from. Oh fuck! What was that from?
The Backlot Brawl. That wasn't near as good as the Backlot Brawl.
Well, they took off in a car for a while, and I think was it Sharon or was it who said that they were really disappointed? It was Sharon or was it how come the name escapes me? Stacy, the other pretty vocal person on on the group there. Is it Stacy? It was one of them that said that they were really disappointed with the match because, you know, they took off in a fucking Escalade, then you got 2 more matches, and then they're like, show up.
It was really... I thought you could have done some funny shit. Like, wouldn't you send it, like... if you're like, oh, we'll have the... You could have shot it all ahead of time.
Right.
They drive out live, then you could have went to tape randomly of them, like, brawling in front of Chicago landmarks.
Yep.
Like, is that not... I mean, I don't know what kind of, like, licenses you need, but even if it was just outside of the arena, I mean, it's a street fight.
Right. Show the
and
street
it was in
fight.
the ring. And that was the interesting thing. It went directly from the ring. I'm like, oh, okay. We went backstage, which I wasn't expecting because I figured they would limit them so they can't, you know, get over.
Right.
Like, oh, you can't outshine these other matches. By, you know, I was like the crazy, you know, like where they're brawling into the bathrooms and they're like fucking, you know, all over the building. Like WCW used to have some of the crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
Where they're like out in the concourse and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was all right. I just, I didn't get why they did that where they left.
It would have been funny if like they did the taping and they're like fighting or something. Like Ambrose is driving and like punching fucking Luke Harper in the back seat, and they're like going through a Jack in the Box or something. That would have been fucking hilarious, dude.
If he'd have been
like,
ordering some food and shit.
Yeah, like orders some food and then he like grabs the bag of burgers out
and
the
then
window
and then like
his head. Yes, yeah. See,
right. We could fucking book this shit.
Yeah, and he'd like start smashing him with the hamburgers and like, here's your shake, sir. And then Ambrose would be like, thank you, ma'am. He's like, here's your shake, Luke. And like shoves it in his face and shit, man. It would be awesome. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, that would have been...
We got the perfect guy to do something like that. You know, they're trying to turn him into the shitty Joker, like you say, anyway. So why not just, you know, have him do some slapstick shit like that?
Some slapstick. Ambrose won a match.
Finally, on a pay-per-view. Thank
the first one he's won since, like, mid-2014 or something.
I don't want to get too far ahead of this, but I stumbled. This was complete accident. I stumbled across a WWE spoiler page. And all I got to say is, if you're an Ambrose fan for the next couple of months, you're going to be pretty happy with what's going to happen. So.
They're never right on those things.
This one kind of makes sense with what with how the booking's been going here, even just this, like the last on SmackDown even. So I think they're kind of building into it. I'm not going to say nothing. Not going to say a damn thing. I'll let everybody. I'll just let it develop over Paybaxel and Money in the Baxel here.
Money in the Baxel. I was wondering. I was like, what are they gonna do for Money in the Bank? Money in the Baxel.
Money in the Baxel, dude.
Oh my god. I love like all of you just do it for a cheap pop in the group now, and like people are like, "Yay, you did it again!"
You gotta cater to that. You gotta cater to your fans, man. You gotta cater to the fans.
Cheap pops, man.
hey, they like it, and it's fun.
I hate that spoiler shit, dude. If your Facebook wrestling news site tries to spoil, like, cause like Lucha Underground is taped like crazy far in advance.
Right.
It's like, I don't want to know, man. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know what happens on NXT. I'm excited to watch that shit. And if I read it, then I'm not going to be excited to watch it.
Right, you're going to know what's happening. Exactly. But
right.
We'll see if they, we'll book it the way it is. SummerSlam should be a good pay-per-view. You're going to have Lesnar coming back. You're going to have Heyman coming back. They're all going to be coming back.
That's the one I was really wondering about. How are you going to axle SummerSlam?
Summer Slaxel.
Slaxel? Now you're just pushing it. This has gone into ridiculous. Get funky like a monkey, if you will. Daddy. I was asking for longer matches, and the WWE must be listening, because that match officially was 55 minutes and 13 seconds.
They're driving around Chicago, getting a picture taken. I don't know. I can't think of any landmark. The Sears Tower. It's not even called the Sears Tower anymore.
Fucking Wrigley Field?
Yeah, they could have been like...
The United Center?
A power bomb on the pitcher's mound in Wrigley Field would have been awesome to see.
Well, I mean, they probably could have done something outside of there.
Right.
People in Chicago are pissed that, like, we're like, and, I don't know what else.
What else is there? Hot dogs? Hot dog stands? Deep dish pizza place?
Deep dish pizza, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oh man, don't get started on food. We're gonna go on another fucking 20-minute rant about groceries like we did.
Oh, dude, today my mother dropped off well over a gallon of Nephilim soup to my house.
Oh, dude, and you didn't call me?
I didn't know. There's no way I would give anybody any Nephilim soup, dude. She's like, don't tell your brother, because I didn't give him near as much.
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
he has a wife, dude. He doesn't need your soup. I need your soup. I need your, you know.
You should do chunky soup commercials with your mother. That's
It's
kind,
like-
of that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here with
They
this.
should have a chunky Nephilim soup. I'd probably buy it.
You're fucking damn right I would.
But that's just it. It's like, you know, granted I'm an aged man and I, you know, whatever, but it's like I haven't got married yet and I don't have a live-in girlfriend. My girlfriend doesn't live with me. So, you know, and there's not a woman taking care of me. So you kind of have to make me soup sometimes and, you know, and do my sewing and shit like that because I don't have a live-in wife to do it. So, but yeah, 55 fucking minutes. I don't know. They had the Kiss Meet Arse match. I just hate saying that.
I know it's stupid to begin with, too.
God, the end of it was so long. Like, I get what you're doing. And it's like, okay, I guess it has some heel heat. I mean, we talked last week about how I felt about this. Like, we're going to have a match. Loser gives the winner a kiss. It just seems like, I don't know what satisfaction. You know, and then further on Raw, I mean, not to skip ahead, but Ziggler, like, you're going to kiss my ass. Like, he's like, a full day later, he's like, God damn it, you lost. You're kissing my ass. You know, like, I just don't get it.
It's stupid. They must be dragging or scraping the bottom of the barrel for some of these gimmicks on Extreme Rules.
Well, you can't do anything else, I guess.
Yeah.
You have the tag team match. What do you think about that?
I didn't like the ending.
Yeah, I
don't
thought
think-
I don't putting the belts on them is like,
New Day!
yeah, no,
No.
I don't get it.
I don't know. I guess now that on Raw, not to get ahead of ourselves again, they are easier to watch now that they're full-blown heels now. So,
Full blown.
well, that's the direction they're
I
trying
love
to
how like WWE like makes somebody heel. It's like, oh, the guy he held his leg down from outside the ring. Like, oh, I hate you. Come on, man.
I think the feud with Cesaro and Kid for them, I think this is going to be good. It's not what I would have done, but to put him over his heel, but I don't know, it seems to be working. So
They're so fucked at WWE. You know, they're sitting back there thinking like, we did this.
yeah,
Like, see what we did with these guys? Like, now, you know, like, they try to bring something out face, everyone shits on it, and then they turn it heel and think it's like their idea.
yeah.
Stupid.
I don't know,
even
it's just-
know what New Day is still. Are they a church? Like, are they part of a choir? Are they like a... I don't know what it is. And then it doesn't make any sense face, and then you turn it heel, and it makes even less fucking sense.
It makes less sense, but it's working with the crowd because they hate the shit. I just say bring him out as like a new version of Nation of Domination. That's what I say. Make him a little bit more tougher imaged, you know. Throw away the pastels. Give them like leather jackets or something. Make them look like the outsiders from the Warriors game or the movie or something. I don't fucking know, dude.
That's real fresh.
Just do fucking something with them guys. Just do anything different with the New Day. Just change their fucking name. It's dumb.
And it could be cool, too, because, I mean, you got, like, you know...
Well, it's not like the guys in there don't have any talent.
You got Kofi and Big E. See, I like tag teams that are like the powerhouse and the high flyer together. I think that's a good fucking combo.
Yep.
But they could have just been... At first, I thought they were just going to be, like, angry... I mean, like, black dudes, you know? I mean, but they're not. They're just, like, happy black dudes.
Angry black men in khakis.
Well, did you watch that video? Did I send that to you? It's like it's on YouTube, and this is black guy, and he goes through all three. He's like, there are 3 kinds of black pro wrestlers, and he does them all.
Oh yeah, I did watch that.
It's pretty fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
It's pretty spot on, too.
Yeah, which is not really a good thing.
Well, of course it's not. But yeah, I don't get the New Day, and the belts on them just doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think Kid and Cesaro, they have so much charisma and so much potential. I think it'll be a decent feud.
And that's the thing, like, they don't understand, too, like, so they were heel, but they ended up going face.
Mm-hmm.
So then they'll turn the New Day heel, because it's like, both of the things in this match, both of the teams went the complete opposite way that they tried to do it.
Right.
Which just proves how completely fucking inept they are.
Yeah, completely out of touch.
It makes no sense.
Right.
You know, and then, like, people like those guys as heels, and then they make them, now they're going to make them all fucking face, and people aren't going to like them as much. Like, I liked Tyson Kidd being an asshole all the time.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah.
But
being a little cocky son of a bitch and shit. Yeah.
I mean, we've spent more time on the New Day here than fucking WWE Creative did, so.
I think we've spent more time on the New Day than we have in all 4 episodes prior combined.
We usually are just like, this is stupid, I hate them.
Yeah, Kofi, don't talk about my chest.
Don't talk about my failed run. I had heard about that, I guess, this week. At some point, he was on some kind of a push, and he had a match with Orton, and he kind of fucking, I don't know, I think it was with Orton, and he fucked up a spot, and Orton got, like, pissy in the middle of the match, and, like, he lost his push because he fucked up once in the ring.
Oh, really?
Like, come on.
That's too bad.
WWE is stupid. The Russian Chain match.
Wasn't as bad as I expected, but when they do something like that, they should stick to the rules, though, man. Because,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's like as soon as they, like, okay, so each of them had, 3 lights lit up there at the end? And then Cena pulls Rusev towards him, gives him the AA, hits the last light. Well, the rules are, as soon as they engage in any sort of wrestling moves, the lights are supposed to clear. And it didn't.
Are you looking for fucking sensible booking?
Well, I'm just saying, man. If they're gonna,
no, I know which I'm agreeing with you fully.
If they're gonna do that for the whole match up to that point, why stop there? Just
they do that constantly.
I know,
in WWE.
I know, and isn't that why we do this, Jim? To point out how stupid and flawed and how flawed and how what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Holy shit! Totally. Inconsistent that this shit
inconsistent,
is.
perhaps.
Inconsistent, yeah. Okay, there we go. Been a long day, bro.
How many of those paps you had?
Just the one so far.
Maybe we'll do a drunk episode sometime. That'd be fun.
Oh, dude, that could be our best episode yet.
Or the worst.
I'd have to buy a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. A bottle of whiskey. That'd be the worst one ever.
Little penalty. You know what it would turn into? It turned into 2 hours of Macho Man Randy Savage impersonation.
Just both of us drunk doing Savage at the same time.
Cream of the crop. Yeah.
You talking to me?
Time to get into the ring.
You're my friend, but in the ring I can beat you, don't you know?
Yeah.
Maybe we should maybe we'll just scrap this episode and just do that.
Yeah, fuck this episode. No.
But yeah, I didn't like it. I think the chain is limiting, and this is the 3rd fucking pay-per-view in a row. They're gonna be fucking wrestling again at Payback. So
they didn't even wait. Yeah, they didn't even wait till the fucking match is over to book that fucking shot.
God, 4 pay-per-views in a row. And it was funny on Raw. He's like, "This will be the last time," you know, that this will be the end to our story or whatever Cena says, and the crowd's like, "Yay!" Like, please fuck off with this.
Yeah, please go fucking.
And the booking on it's so dumb. So you do that, and this open challenge thing I like, but not when he has a defense in a month, because that completely takes any believability
out of
it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously no one's going to come out and beat Cena because LOL Cena wins, but
LOL Cena wins.
But you could at least let it dangle, you know?
Right. At least give some sort of. Because it's not that he's been having shitty matches with this open challenge thing. He's been having decent matches, not the best, but decent.
Like I said, I'm happy with where he's at. I mean, he's in the mid card, and on Raw you get, guys who wouldn't have a long match get to have a longer match with him.
Right.
And so that's not bad. But
exposure for some guys and shit. Yeah, man. I mean, it's
because I do like a lot of the mid card guys that most people are like, like fucking Stardust. I totally dig Stardust, man.
He's got ability. Definitely does. He's got a heritage. Good. He's got a pedigree in the wrestling business.
Yeah. He's got the feet of the American dream, don't you know, Daddy?
That's right. He took him to the pay window.
Fucking love Dusty Rhodes. So, whatever. I thought the match was stupid. Yeah, obviously the logic goes out the window on that shit.
Yeah.
At the end, I was thinking the same thing. I don't know. The rules changed throughout the match. I think the lights were a nice addition to a four-corner style match.
It was kind of cool. It was pretty cool, I thought.
What the hell is that? But I'm just like, USA Cena fucking, ugh.
Yeah, they've done it 100 fucking times. They did it with Hogan against the Iron Sheik, Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Nikolai Volkov, 100 and fucking times, over and over and over again. They've done this. USA versus the fucking world.
And Rusev is fucking, dude. There was a time where I was like, but now, like, dude, he literally on Raw, he comes out. And, like, he's yelling into the microphone. And blah, 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 blah.
Right?
It's terrible, dude.
It is.
They're like, okay, so people like Lana, which I don't know why, but...
Yeah, she's going to
now she's gone.
Yep. No, she's going to get a push. They're going to stick her with somebody else, I think.
Oh, I heard that.
Yep.
But I heard the possible gimmick for it. And I don't... Dude, like, a lifeguard?
What?
That's what I heard. That's what I read somewhere. Like, a lifeguard. Like, they might make her not fucking Russian now.
You just decide to not stop being Russian? What do you just turn in your library card? Stop being Jewish? 2,000 years of beautiful tradition from Moses to Sandy Koufax. You're goddamn right, I'm living in the fucking past.
Yeah, dude. The thing is, like, people are, like, chanting, like, we want Lana. Like, why? I don't know. I think she was annoyed by her fucking fake Russian shit, but...
Right.
They're like, people like her. We'll take her away from this guy. And now he goes out there and like, blah, 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 trying to sound Russian. It's bad.
Yep.
It is bad.
Yeah, when he's clearly not Russian.
I wish we had that sample right now to play. Just the sound he makes on Raw. Blah, 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 blah. It sounds so fucking terrible.
Sounds like a Mogwai eating a fucking fried chicken after midnight.
Yeah, dude. I'm just over that fucking whole thing.
He's good in the ring, though, man. I like him in the ring.
Yeah, he's not bad.
His ability and everything, and he's quick for a big guy. He's agile for a big guy like that. But yeah, they're kind of killing. They're kind of beating this fucking Russian angle into the fucking ground.
Yes, sir.
So yeah.
After that, we have a Divas match. Nikki Bella defeated Naomi. Naomi's terrible.
What happened with Paige? Is she just off TV for a little while, or is she? Okay. Did she get hurt or something? I don't know.
Nah, fake injury. I don't know.
Okay.
Some time off. As far as I'm aware, I don't know. But I just don't understand, dude. So, like, Naomi had a new song and some boots.
Some boots.
Yeah. And I love the commentator spent most of the time talking about her boots.
Yeah, her boots. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing in that Divas division. Even the name sucks for that division.
Yeah, I think we've said that before.
Yeah,
it's just the whole diva thing is just ridiculous to me.
It's stupid.
I want to watch, like, if I want to watch women wrestle, I want to watch athletic women who can wrestle. I don't care if they're hot. Preferably, they would be dressed in athletic things, not fucking their underwear. I just think it's weird. It's like models in their underwear who can't wrestle, trying to wrestle. Like,
right?
If you're entertained just by like, oh, look at her tits, I mean, come on, man.
There's better things to watch than wrestling if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it could on your phone. You can be watching like any variety of pornography in like 5 seconds.
Right. So why do they need to cram this down your throat?
So the idea of getting tits and ass from other things just like is funny to me. Like the NFL with cheerleaders. Like, you think anybody gives a fuck about that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
They only show the cheerleaders 7 seconds throughout the entire game.
Well, they come back and forth from commercial. But, like, those things that, like, okay, maybe in the 60s or 70s or whatever, like, oh, hot chicks, you know? Like, when we were young,
right?
When you were, like, 14 and you're watching TV, you'd be like, yeah, maybe that's who it's for. I suppose that's who it's for. I don't get it. But to me, I'd rather watch women who can wrestle. And Naomi's terrible.
Yep. Makes both of them Bella twins look good.
And they're bad, too.
Yeah, and they're bad.
So...
Yeah, not a lot of talent in that Divas Division.
I give that one failed Scott Hall rehab trip at 10.
One Kevin Nash torn bicep.
Torn quad.
Torn quad. I'm sorry, torn quad. Fuck. I fucked that up. Fucked my joke up.
Look at the adjective. Tear.
I'll give it one smashed Spanish announcing table out of 10.
Excellent. The last man standing match, which, son of a bitch, if it didn't turn out to be the kind of the most entertaining match of the show.
Oh man, for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Like I said, I watch these pay-per-views in good company, and by that time in the pay-per-view, we had a few beers. We were feeling a little goofy, and the spot with setting the stairs up by the announcing table, and then ripping apart the regular announcing table, and then turn to my friend that I'm watching it with, and I'm like, they're gonna break the regular announce table, and like, don't they usually bust the Spanish announcing table? And we were just kind of making little wisecracks about that, and then once Reigns speared him through off the regular announce table into the Spanish announce table, we just both looked at each other and just fucking started laughing, dude. It was just so funny.
I love that that's become a thing, like, through the history of wrestling.
The Spanish announce table.
They always fuck. They need to get, like, some protective shield around those.
Yeah, we were just like, what do you think those guys are saying right now? Fuck, I hate this fucking job, but never have anywhere to fucking sit after the second fucking match.
Every fucking show.
Every fucking time. Fuck you, Jerry Lawler. You got a fucking chair over there still. Fuck off. Oh, man. Then we were just...
after that, I guess I didn't look. Do they just sit there in chairs, or...?
They stand around, man. They stand there.
Fuck
I don't even know if they use their chairs, but
at least wheel my chair back out here. Fuck.
Yeah. So and then you know how that happened was Reigns dumps the other table over on the Big Show and gets the 10 count or whatever.
Which is a rehash. I mean, we saw that last year.
Right. But no, we started making all sorts of wisecracks, like they're gonna have a tournament for the IC belt now that they have to strip it away from Bryan, which isn't true. They do not have that. That hasn't come to permission yet. But you know, we were just kind of making wisecracks, like, oh yeah, we're gonna the Spanish announce table is gonna face fucking Neville in the first round of this tournament, and then we just kind of went on with like,
it's gonna be a squash match.
It's gonna be next pay-per-view is going to be Roman Reigns in the Spanish announce table against New Day for the tag team belt. I don't know. We were just kind of having goofy. I was actually looking at making some memes, like putting the Spanish announce table on the top rope, ready to like drop an elbow or something. I don't know.
What do you think about? What would you think, like, as a Spanish fan? Like, if you're watching the Spanish broadcast, and every single fucking show they smash the table, like, wouldn't you feel like slighted by that? I'd be like, fucking stupid. Like, this is what they think of us? I don't know, maybe I'm reading too deep into it, but...
I just don't understand why they just can't alternate. Why is it always got to be the Spanish announce table, man?
I don't know, but I like it at this point.
But, I don't. It's funny. It's an ongoing joke, and I'm going to continue to make wisecracks about it.
On the other hand, TNA actually, Hector Guerrero was their Spanish announce guy.
Yep.
His contract just came up, and I guess they don't have a Spanish broadcast anymore, so he's gone.
Oh, no.
So that was the second worst job he had behind the gobbledygooker.
Another injustice to the Guerrero family.
That was Hector, right?
Yep, that's Hector, the first gobbledygooker.
Still a better gig than fucking announcing for TNA.
Still a better gig than the fucking Red Rooster.
I don't know. I guess. He didn't have to cock-a-doodle-doo or anything.
That's true.
At least he did make gobbling sounds.
He did. I think they had some sort of overdub on it.
Oh, of course. But I thought the match had some good spots, and, like, really for me, I mean, I admit that I'm, you know, you get me with spots. That's why I like Lucha Libre so much. And, like, I'm a sucker for spots, so there were some pretty good spots in that, dude. But what are they like when he puts Reigns through two tables and Reigns gets up, dude? You were watching the creation of Cena 2.0.
Yeah.
That's how they book Cena, and oh my god, I don't like it, man.
Yeah. Do have to say though, he is a tish better on the mic than he has been. But
I think they're letting him kind of just go out there.
Right.
But the fact of the matter remains that he's a shitbag.
Yep.
Like I said, that episode of, and I don't like the podcast. Fuck you, Sam Roberts. I'll call you out. Your podcast is stupid. But he has a homer for him, and he'll have, all the WWE guys on, and then he'll just, take their dicks in his mouth, and, he fucking gargles them. He's, so up WWE's ass, it's fucking gross.
Yeah,
but Reigns was on there before the Rumble, and he's just a cunt of a person, just ugh. You're trying to be pushed as a face, and you're just wow, anybody heard that? I mean, luckily, I don't know. I mean, way more people hear his podcast than ours, but obviously not a ton of people heard it. But, yeah, and just, he gets up after that. Come on, man. People take so much less than that and lay outside the ring for minutes on end.
Right. But no, he's their new guy. He's the new, I don't know. It's stupid. Speaking of Mr. Roman Reigns, real quick here, I'm just kind of paging through some wrestling news in case I forgot something. May 2nd, happy birthday, Mr. Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I don't have an age on here. I don't know how old he is, but May 2nd is Mr. Rock's birthday. And if you... Whoa, hold on a second. All right. And anybody who's listened to our prior episodes is that we're both pretty pro-Rock with anything that the guy does. So, just want to get a quick shout-out to The Rock.
To The Rock.
Sorry you have a shitty cousin, Rock. But happy birthday, otherwise. Okay, moving on.
Well, yeah, there you go. He's probably 40-some years old.
I'd probably say about 44.
There you go.
I'd have to say.
Final match in the cage, Rollins, Orton. I didn't think it was very good.
I didn't like it. It was a bunch of fuckery. And I don't know. It was stupid.
Yeah, and they still do. I guess that answered our question. They still do the door thing. I think that's terrible. Get rid of the door thing, dude.
Right?
I think they just keep it so they can, fucking gimmick the shit out of it like they did.
I just bring back the steel cage and not the fucking dog kennel that's the size of a ring. I want the big blue fucking bar steel cage, not the fucking shitty chain link fence bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know about that, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't mind the chain link, but I think it should be a over the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
This had pins in it too.
What's that?
This had pinning in it as well, right? Was there not a ref in there? There was a ref in there.
Do I remember if there was a ref in there? I don't know.
As I recall, there was.
Okay.
But yeah, and then he does the RKO to Orton,
which they always said was banned. They didn't say who it was banned from.
And then on Raw, he's like, I did the SKO. And it's what terrible fucking booking. They've gone so far the other way. It's okay, yeah, you want to make a heel, kind of a coward and shit.
Right.
But they've gone too far.
Yep. See, I was excited because I thought they had better ideas with Rollins as this, and it just hasn't. When the whole fucking WrestleMania thing went down and cashed in and he got the title, I was excited. I thought that they were going to do some good stuff with him, but it just this first month is with him as champion hasn't really been all that exciting. Well, obviously because you're just filling time with opponents for him. You're just going to throw Randy Orton at him. Now we're going to get Roman Reigns in the fucking picture again, and it's just going to be filler till SummerSlam. Everybody knows, if you know anything about wrestling, Rollins is going to hold on to that belt till SummerSlam. So
yeah, dude, when you can always tell, man, when there's a three-way match, it's for the belt. It's a good sign that they have no fucking clue what they're doing.
Right. And how many three-way matches have we seen? No.
Oh my God, lots.
There is the Rumble, right? That was a three-way match. All the big pay-per-views. WrestleMania, it turned into a three-way match.
And it'll be a three-way match, and then it'll be that plus, two guys on the outside fucking around.
And then
it's just dumb, dude.
And 3 special guest referees and a fucking...
We still have yet to see that fucking match where, yeah, you can have him cowardly. You know, Ric Flair was a cowardly heel in ways. He'd do the bag and then poke you, and you know,
right?
He would go outside. He'd leave on a match and shit. But when it came down to it, he could have a fucking badass hour-long match and pull it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's been no quintessential like Rollins awesome fucking match. You know?
I mean, he carried a few, but yeah, it's not. He hasn't had his breakout match yet, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. Not as champion yet or anything, but I don't know. I thought they had better ideas with him as champion. But we'll just kind of see what happens. I think I'm going to stay positive here, and I'm going to say that they're going to build up for the next 2 months, and we're going to see something pretty cool at SummerSlam. So
I mean, what? Lesnar coming back, taking the belt?
Lesnar coming back, and a few fan favorites might be thrown into the mix there too.
You think they're gonna put the belt on Reigns yet, or no? I don't see it before SummerSlam.
Not before SummerSlam, no.
Yeah, and I imagine at SummerSlam it'll be Lesnar getting it back.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I'm seeing it. But
I mean, there has to be he has to have some kind of match there at some point.
Right, because he's still technically his rematch clause and all that shit. So yeah.
So I mean, whatever happens now, I don't think they'll do it. I think they'll probably keep it on him on Rollins, I guess. I don't know, but and again, this next pay-per-view already, I'm just like, ugh. It's like a month away from it. We just finished a pay-per-view, and already I'm looking a month ahead of the next one. Like,
Well, they only have one. Oh no, they do have the main event book, don't they? It's a triple threat.
Right.
Okay, yeah. And then what else? Just the Cena I Quit match with Rusev again. Let's put these two guys in every fucking match gimmick that we fucking can think of, man. Fuck that.
Pretty much, man.
F that noise.
I'm just over it. I mean, like I said, as a whole, just WWE, man. These days, it's like, oh, you get a little, like, a Neville match that's good, or maybe Ziggler will have a match with somebody that's good, or Ambrose, or, you know, Harper.
Right.
Wyatt, maybe. I mean, there's, like, 5 or 6 guys who, like, you know, tend to have good matches. So much of it's just shit.
I see the Wyatt family getting back together, too. They kind of planted the seed on SmackDown for that.
I saw that, too. I hope so.
I hope so, too. That was a kick-ass fucking stable. I like those guys. Those guys are all 3 of them guys are perfect for each other.
You know, Bray's been just doing the promos. And there's something I was thinking about, actually, is you hear a lot online about Wyatt. People are like, he's just doing these promos, and I don't know what he's talking about and that. And I don't know, I'm not going to say everybody, but I feel like a large percentage of fucking wrestling fans are too fucking simple to get why that dude's promos are awesome.
Yep.
They're like, I don't know what he's saying. He didn't come out and say, well, I'm America, and I'm going to kick your ass. And,
yep. I'm from America, and I'm American. But no, I really see. I like the mystery with him when he kind of calls a guy out, when he's calling a guy out, but he doesn't give a name right away, and he just kind of gives you hints at like what kind of person they are and everything. And somebody hit it right on the head. I don't remember if it was in the group or if it was something else I was reading, but somebody said, "Oh, I bet he's going after Ryback." Well, granted, you know, it wasn't that hard to figure out because it's the only other superstar that really didn't have anything going on.
And there's only 25 people on the roster.
Oh, and you know, man, and then yeah, he's the only one that didn't have anything going on, and Wyatt didn't have anything going on. So
I heard Stephanie McMahon this week say that the WWE has 800 employees. They have 800 employees, and 25 of them are wrestlers.
Yep.
Is there not something fucking wrong there?
There's something wrong there. 160 of them are fucking writers.
How do you have 800 employees, dude?
Well, think about it. How many people do you think it takes to set up an arena like that every fucking night? You have a ton of fucking roadies, for lack of a better term.
Well, no, there'd be a lot of those. I could see there being a chunk of those, but I feel like, I don't know, I guess. I just feel like if you're going to have 800 employees, you could probably stand to have more than, like, 20 wrestlers. Because I think they're their roster has to be more lean than it's probably ever been, right? I mean, I'm sure there are different periods in history where it was this lean, but it just feels like, I mean, there's just not anybody. And then for them to do, a 3-hour show on Monday, and then they've got main event, and they've got SmackDown, and all this shit, and it's like, there's just not enough guys for that.
Right. And you're going to burn these guys right to the ground, man. That's how these guys get injured. That's how these guys get addicted to painkillers, because they got to work every night, whether they're hurt or not. And it's rough. It's rough on them guys. The business is fucking rough on these guys. And when you don't have a huge roster like that, that means your guys are working more every fucking night. 4 or 5 shows a fucking week, and they have to do every fucking single one of them. There's no recoup time, man.
Yeah, and that's just it. I mean, on Monday, we'll go to Raw here. I don't want to spend much time. I guess we can talk about the King of the Ring, but the rest of the shit, it's the same fucking matches again.
Yeah, way to bring the King of the Ring back. Hey, we're bringing King of the Ring back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up, dude.
Yeah.
And we're not even going to televise the fucking finals. You have to fucking have the network to see it.
Well, the network was free.
Yeah.
Pretty good tactic, actually, to try to get people.
Well, no build-up, no nothing to the King of the Ring. And plus, you only had 8 guys in it. Whatever happened when there was fucking, 16 guys in the King of the Ring?
Well, yeah. They got away from it, based on the old model. The buys were down on it, and I don't think people were as interested in it anymore. But now, shit's kind of changed. Now you have a lot more freedom with what you do with a pay-per-view than you did in the past. So I don't know why they don't bring him back. Something like Extreme Rules is pointless. Just get rid of it. Same with like TLC, really. I mean, you may as well just get rid of it. I don't like the idea of a planned cage event, Use a cage when you have to use a cage. Don't.
Do you think one pay-per-view a month is too much?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't think so. That's always kind of been the way it is.
It always. But I remember back in the day when they always only used to have the big 4. And then
that was a long time ago.
Right.
And then they started bringing in those cheaper ones. They'd have the in-your-house pay-per-views.
Yep.
Which were like a lower cost. It was sort of from 4, and then it was 8, and I like one a month. I think if you're fucking telling the story like you should be, they're not, but. You can move a story over 4 weeks, you get the blow off, but they move everything so fucking slow that it's like, it takes like 4 months, like this whole Cena Rusev thing. I'm sick of it. I was sick of it in a couple weeks, man.
Right?
Do the build, blow it off, fucking move on.
Right.
I mean, I would never believe that. Maybe there's times in the past where it's happened, but I mean, because like always, there'll be some nerd and they're like, well, actually, but 4 times in a row, 4 pay-per-views in a row.
Yeah, it's too much.
Like, do we have to fucking endure this?
And that's not the only match too that we've had to fucking see multiple fucking times in a row here.
Dude, how many times did you see Cena and Orton fucking wrestle each other?
How many times have we seen fucking Show and Reigns?
Oh God! Every show.
Yep.
Every fucking
week.
Every fucking Raw for like 4 months.
Right? It's bullshit. Stop it.
At least Rusev and Cena don't wrestle every single week, I guess. Oh
yeah,
my God!
that's true.
Think about it like that. This is even more ridiculous. Oh, the King of the Ring, they brought it back. I like the tournament format, and I don't mind calling it the King of the Ring, but I think at this point in time, we could probably get past the whole wearing a crown and then adopting a king-style fucking gimmick afterward.
Yeah, carrying around your scepter and your
That's
cape.
fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yep.
That should have stopped in, like, the fucking early 90s.
Yep, absolutely.
So, I mean, it's just ridiculous at this point, I think. And I don't know, I mean, is Barrett... I didn't catch all the SmackDown. Is he going to come out now with a fucking...
I didn't see it. Like I said, I got about 45 minutes into it this morning. I did try to watch it this morning, but I ended up taking a nap.
We had a prediction thread. I was giving him way too much credit by predicting Neville.
Yeah, see, that would have been the logical thing.
They had him get pretty far in it, though. That was pretty good.
It was cool to see him, and that the fans wanted that too. So it's finally about time.
I feel like it could do something for him. I don't know what it's going to do for Barrett.
I don't know.
Barrett's been around. He's a 5-time Intercontinental Champion. Not that that means anything.
Not right now, anyway.
John Cena's a 52-time WWE Champion or something. You know.
Excuse me. I hate how they like he'll lose it one night and then win it back the next night. Oh, now it's a 16 time. I don't know.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
So, yeah, the King of the Ring came back. You know, I mean, I'm for it. I'd rather see it as a pay-per-view. Get rid of one of these pay-per-views that you can't do anymore, like Extreme Rules.
Right. No, I agree with you 100%. And I was confused that it wasn't a pay-per-view. I thought they were going to get rid of Payback here coming up and throw King of the Ring when I first heard about it.
I don't mind. I mean, I think if you're going to get rid of one, Extreme Rules would be a good one. Hell in a Cell, even. There's going to be a Hell in a Cell match. To me, more it should be like, if you build an awesome rivalry with guys and like you need a big blow off, you do it at Hell in a Cell. It doesn't matter what time it is. Seems weird to me that it's like it's Hell in a Cell time of year, or it's TLC time.
Yep. Hell in the Cell. That's the October pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Let's go with it. Sure.
I think so.
I think so.
Well, why not scrap that fucking thing? And they already own everything from WCW. Bring back Halloween Havoc and make it cool. That's what I say. I always thought Halloween Havoc was a good name for a pay-per-view. Not that WCW did anything with it to make it good, but I always thought it was a cool name for a pay-per-view. So.
Right. Yeah, Halloween Havoc was kind of cool. I mean, I always thought, a lot of people thought they should bring back like Great American Bash or something like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't bring back like Bash at the fucking beach or anything.
No, or what's the other one? The Sturgis one they do every year, Hog Wild.
Fucking Hog Wild. Is it Road Wild or Hog Wild?
Road or Hog Wild. I can't remember which.
Those are fucking weird, dude. Mm-hmm. I don't know. They're fucking, I watched one recently, and it was just fucking weird. And you got, like, Tony Schiavone wearing a fucking denim vest. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, what are you guys doing here?
The only upside to the one that I recently watched was that they had American Dream on commentary, did he? I fucking love Dream on commentary, man. He's fucking great.
Yeah,
he kind of, like, halfway doesn't know what's going on, and it's awesome. But, Raw, I don't know. It's just, do you have anything that stands out? I mean, I thought Adam Rose and Fandango having a match was funny. Like,
did I miss that one? I think I was making supper when that.
You may have been watching it and forgot it, dude. Because I was like, wow, one of these guys has to win. It was maybe the most compelling match on Raw for me, actually, because I was like, wow, who's gonna win this? Like, which of these two guys that they've fucking buried with terrible gimmicks and make just a mockery of every week? Which one is actually gonna win this match? So I thought that was probably the most compelling thing on the fucking show.
When your most compelling match is Fandango versus Adam Rose, you're not doing anything right. There's nothing.
Well, the best part was Neville, but
but it was bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's starting to get really hard to like sit through an entire Raw, Jim.
Yeah, no, I know, man.
It's getting really hard, man.
And there's people who like it, man. I saw like on Facebook, WWE put out a thing like, "Did you like tonight's show?" And people voted yes. It just blew my mind. I just like, who likes that? I mean, and that's the thing. You can like what you want to like, but I think that newer fans just don't know like what they're missing. I don't know
what they missed. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say we're a golden era, but we kind of were, right? We grew up in the mid '80s.
The late '80s was probably the most known because
I was
Monday
born
Night
in
Wars.
'81 when you were born in what, '80?
I was born in '80. Yep.
So we had Hulkamania. We had
the Macho Badness.
So we had that 80s fucking run with WWE. We had the Monday Night Wars.
Monday Night Wars is always going to be my favorite.
Well, yeah, I think it's the best. I mean, it's the best period in wrestling ever.
Yep.
That and when you throw ECW into the mix too.
Yep. Yeah, you had ECW creeping up there. Yep.
Like there wasn't a better time. 97, right?
Yep.
Was 1997?
96, 97-ish.
98 even.
Because when I started getting back into that, about that time, went over to a mutual friend's house to watch, what the fuck was it? It was the monster truck match with the Giant and Hogan. They had the fucking stupid monster trucks.
Oh.
And they tied together in the front of the bumper and shit. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I was invited, our mutual friend invited, invited me over to the house to watch it, and I was like, oh sure, why the hell not? I haven't watched this shit in a long time, so and and I went over and watched it, and thought it was bullshit. But then I watched what was it, Nitro at the time, and then they had the whole Sting versus NWO thing going on. I thought that was pretty cool.
I was a fucking mark for the NWO in like 1997.
Yeah, so was I. We all were. I think I had 3 or 4 different NWO shirts at the time.
Yeah, dude, it was. I'm not even gonna get into how embarrassing that is. The shit, how much into the NWO it was at that time.
I do believe you had a hat, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't you?
Yeah, I had a couple of hats, man. I was fucking hard into that.
Yeah. Well, it was a good time. It was a good time.
It was a good
I
time.
had enough wrestling. Yeah, being in high school, we were all in high school, and I had enough wrestling shirts to fucking wear one every fucking day of the week.
Right.
Now it's not something a 16-year-old should fucking. I don't know, but it was a lot more. It was a lot more socially acceptable at the time too.
It was because it was everywhere. That's the thing is like the amount of people who watched fucking wrestling. Everybody watched wrestling then.
Yeah.
Everybody. One or the other or both.
Yep. Everybody knew who the NWO was. Everybody knew who the fuck.
The number one show was on television were wrestling shows.
Yep, and beating out Monday Night Football. That's never happened before. Remember Monday Night Football getting so desperate for ratings that they'd bring in Dennis Miller?
Dude, that was great, man. I still remember. I'll never forget. We got a close game here coming to the end. He's like, yeah, I'm more nervous than a fat dog on a Vietnamese slave shit, babe. Like Dennis fucking Miller, man. I'm more nervous than a fat dog on a Vietnamese slave ship. Holy fuck, man. Was that back when that was maybe after the fact. I also liked Kornheiser when he was on there.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Tony Kornheiser's great, man. He gets in trouble on fucking ESPN like every month. It's fucking awesome. He's like one of the last people with some balls.
Yeah.
Employed by ESPN. That's the thing. I consider myself that kind of character, and I like people like that. People have balls to just say whatever the fuck they want to say.
Right.
I don't give a...
sometimes my filter is broken as well.
And I live that way, man. I don't care where I'm at, what's going on. Fuck it. Gotta go hard. And most people don't even know it's coming. They don't even... No one's ever spoke to them like that, so they don't know... You know, they don't even know how to react.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's great.
So, yeah, man, the main event... It's just like a bunch of guys that I don't want to watch really all together.
Yep.
Reigns and Randy Orton, Kane and Seth Rollins. Meh. It's just
it's just I'm so disappointed with
Kane
the Rollins.
turns on Rollins and J&J Security again.
I
think that's done now.
And then they're all buddy. No, they were all buddy on SmackDown again.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they had a little pissing match at the beginning, but then. Oh, no, maybe they're still pissed off at each other because Rollins, he booked a match for Rollins against Ambrose.
God damn it. Who writes this shit, dude?
But then that match turned into fuckery as well, so.
Yeah. That's just terrible. I don't know what to say about it anymore. It is bad, but we'll keep watching it. That's the thing is, like, wrestling's one of the only things that people will watch even when it's terrible.
Right.
In hopes it's good. That's how you know. Like the thing is, they hate people like us, people who listen to shows like ours. They hate us. We're the internet wrestling, or not even. We're the internet sports entertainment community. We're ISEC, a terrorist organization.
Or a really bad disease.
And that's the thing. That's funny. Is like we're actually the real fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of the shit. To watch it when it's bad.
Yep.
When we don't even like 95% of it.
Yep. I don't know, man. Sporting.
Although, I mean, I subscribe to the network, but I don't buy any of their merchandise. Or I guess I have quite a few of those Funko Pop wrestler figures. Fuck those.
I just got one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got Macho and Hogan, and then at work, I had him order those two in special for me, and then they got them for Rando. I suppose they got a closeout on Rey Mysterio ones, so we got those. I picked one of those up because I like.
Did you? Okay, yeah.
We have the Rock one, but I'm not buying that shit.
You're gonna buy the Rock one? Yeah, I think the Rock one might. I have to swing over to your guys' store, pick one up.
It's like modern day Rock.
Oh, it's modern Rock with the
Yeah, with the like big fucking silly tattoo.
yeah, and
With
not his flat top hair. I missed the flat top. Bring back the flat top, Rock.
So, man, dude, that's Raw. And it's going to be a triple threat match at Paybacksel.
Yeah, once again.
Like I said, we were one night removed from the pay-per-view, and already I'm just like,
Yeah.
what are we going to talk about for the next fucking 3 weeks about WWE? Like,
Well, we'll have to just throw some topic shows out there. We got a lot. We got plenty of topics.
when it
we
gets
can talk
slow,
about.
we just talk about fucking the glory days, or we
Yeah.
talk about the 80s.
And I think people like that.
There you go.
If you don't, we don't care.
That was so, what a stilted. If you don't, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that was my best Roman Reigns impression there.
You didn't rhyme it or quote a fucking fairy tale.
Oh, I had to do the little half shit-eating grin, handsome guy grin thing that he does all the time too.
It's suffer and succotash, man. He said that in a promo.
Are you serious? How
Oh,
did I
fuck.
miss that? How did I
my.
fucking miss
Oh yeah,
that?
dude. Piece of suffering succotash. That was at the time when Vince was writing his promos. And it was pretty well known. People were like, dude, Vince is writing his promos. And yeah, suffering succotash.
Suffering succotash.
Vince McMahon should just fucking, dude, wheel that old... take him out and like, hey man, come on outside, we gotta show you something. And then just fucking...
Push him into traffic.
Put one in the back of his head. Get him the fuck out of there. That guy is so fucking... And that's the thing, man. You know, everybody's all like, oh, he's a genius. I don't fucking think so, man. What did he... The 80s shit, I guess, was popular, but it's not really that good.
No.
You know, actually, like, to me, honestly, in the late 80s, I for a long time, even when WCW was, like, ridiculous, aside from the ridiculous shit, there was still, I liked more. You know, I mean, obviously, other than, like, the ding-dongs. Jim Herd fucking bullshit, but... He did that in the Attitude Era. I feel like he was very not in on that. I mean, now he's in on some of it. The pervy old man fucking bullshit, but...
Right.
What makes the Attitude Era to me was Austin, Rock, you know, Foley. Those guys did all their own shit.
Right.
And that's the problem that they have right now with the product is people can't do their own shit. Like I said, that they brought in Austin to be the ringmaster. That sucked. He did his own thing. It was awesome. Rock, same fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So many guys where they bring him in to do something, and once they get out of it and break out of it and can do something, you know, like I said, that's like you bring in an artist and then you tell them to fucking, you paint within these lines and you paint the color that it says to paint each piece.
Right.
So what's the point? Just, you know, there's no point in that.
Wasn't the last guy to kind of do his own thing? Didn't Punk kind of do his own thing there for a little bit?
Oh, I feel like that, yeah, definitely.
And then they had a problem with it?
Well, yeah, they put the kibosh on that. NXT was, you know, I don't know. NXT for me is not, it's kind of going downhill.
Is it? Okay.
I mean,
I missed it this week. Like I said, I missed it this week. Just didn't have time. Very busy. I'm a busy feller.
The fans are they're gonna go off on you. But overall, I feel like there's still the Zayn Owens feud is still going.
Is it? Okay.
May 20th is Takeover, the NXT event. Those are always fucking awesome. But,
okay.
Owens and Zayn will be having their rematch there. And like I said, to me, I mean, I say it every week. It's way more compelling to me than anything on the main card by a long shot. It's just way more interesting than anything they're doing.
They got Balor booked for anything for this takeover?
I think he's in a 3-way match.
Okay.
Maybe with a Tommy and some other cast. I mean, it's going to be. It looks like it's shaping up to be a good card. They usually are really awesome. And Zayn Owens had an amazing match the first time around, and I still feel like they were holding back for this next one. Like, they didn't want to go and give the best match they can yet. So I feel like it's going to be fucking awesome. That could probably end up being, like, match of the year for WWE. I always love when I hear people like, oh, match of the year, and then they say some WWE match. Like, I'm not saying you have to include everything, because obviously I'm sure there's a lot of awesome matches in, like, in the indies that I'm not aware of. But dude, at least got to throw Lucha Underground and Impact in there.
Oh, there's a couple of.
I mean, if
matches.
you're throwing Japan in there, fucking you might as well just quit because
right.
Most of the fucking best matches every year are from there.
I can think of 3 matches from Lucha right off the top of my head. They're better than anything that the WWE has put out.
Oh, at least, yeah. I mean, most weeks. The main event of every week is probably better than anything WWE's done this last year.
Right.
I mean, that casket match was fucking absurd. They're like, hey, we just did 10 times the casket match WWE has ever done on the first try.
On the first try. And they got a guy named The Undertaker. So fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck these Undertaker.
Fucking Lucha Underground rocks.
Yes, it does.
I don't know. Yeah, people need to, like I said,
people need to watch that. Watch that shit, you guys. I finally, like my buddy that I watch all the pay-per-views with, I keep telling him.
Did you get him on it?
You gotta watch this. And then finally I showed him that clip from last week's Lucha with Angelico coming off. Oh, man. He's like, I'm like, Bob, this is what it's like every week, dude. You need to watch this. You need to start watching this.
And it's the characters. We'll get into it more.
Yeah.
I guess NXT, we'll get into that quick here. NXT, Dana Brooke was back. Still fucking terrible. I'm still offended to even watch that bitch.
Yep.
Wrestle. It's terrible, dude.
It hurts.
It
hurts
terrible,
to watch.
Dude. It's, I give every one of her matches 1 failed Lex Luger push out of 10. That's gonna
I'm not okay. I'm not even gonna say my Lex Luger joke. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Come on, dude. This is
all right. Fuck it. All right, fuck it. I'll give it. I'll give it 1 OD'd former WWE manager in Lex Luger's house out of 10.
I figured that's where you were gonna go with it. Oh, it's 1 accidental Miss Elizabeth overdose out of 10.
Oh, man. Good thing we only got about a half hour here left, because I think everybody just shut us off.
Oh, we got more than that. We'll go all night, dude. I have yet to hear a single person who listens to the show, and like, we always say it, man. I'll throw it in here right now. It's like, people hit us up, dude. You see it. People hit me up on our Facebook page. I talk wrestling with anybody, dude. You want to talk about wrestling, hit us up, man. So I try to be the most interactive show out there. And I've yet to hear a single person say, oh, I didn't like when you made negative comment. I guess you heard some things from somebody who didn't like that we were talking shit on the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, there was a couple people that didn't like that, but they thought it was...
They need to look back and, like, not pay attention to this revisionist history on that guy. Because, like, they bring him back to the Hall of Fame. They're like, oh, he was great. And, like, dude, they need to actually watch the self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior DVD.
Well, I mean, that a lot of that could be said about, like I touched on earlier, fucking business is tough on these guys. And I don't think it's always 100% their fault that things go to shit.
I feel like he didn't give a shit about wrestling. He didn't grow up liking wrestling. He got into it for the money. He never cared about the business. He was a bad worker. He was bad on the mic. He could have been any muscular fucking guy with that gimmick, I feel like. I mean, he brought some energy to it, but to people like, oh, he's one of the greatest. No, dude.
Not ability-wise.
Those good matches that what's the best match that guy ever did? Guess what? They were all with Rick Rude. And that wasn't because of fucking Jim Hellwig. That was because of fucking Minnesota's own right there, man.
Yep.
Rick Rude carried that guy all over the fucking place, man.
Right? You're absolutely right.
So,
like, they just, like, yeah, they couldn't wait to get him in, couldn't wait to get some sort of gold on him. Oh, we'll have him do a match with the Honky Tonk Man in 7 fucking seconds. Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah. There's some great Andre stories about, too, because Andre had to work with him, and Heenan has some great fucking stories about...
oh, I love to listen to Heenan tell
about
some
the
stories.
Boss, as he calls him, the Boss.
The Boss?
Yeah. It's fucking like... on the first night, Warrior comes in and, I don't know, does this, like, kind of clothesline that fucking Andre doesn't like. The next day he does it again, and Andre's getting a little more mad. And like on the final night, Andre just puts his fist out and fucking drops that motherfucker. Didn't do it again after that.
Threw him a potato, huh?
Didn't do it again after that.
Damn.
And I remember actually that's Andre's quote was, "He'll learn." Fucking right, dude. So they had that. They had two women's matches. Becky Lynch, who's not that bad, versus Sarah Dobson. No idea who she is. She's
no
bad.
idea who that is.
She looks like the fucking third Bella twin. She but taller.
Oh.
Maybe she's like the one that they kept locked up in the attic or something. You know. She's terrible.
Oh shit.
Main event was Sami Zayn and Alex Riley. Good match. Owens on commentary. Just fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah?
Oh my god, on commentary, he's the best heel in WWE. In a long time, dude. I think he's fucking great. I don't know. I don't know if they'll bring him up to the main card or what. But yeah, he power bombed Riley onto the ring apron at the end of the match and just starts laughing.
Oh really?
Well, he takes Zayn out, he starts walking up the ramp, and then he does the turnaround and comes down and just like power bombs Riley, which they've been using that to put people out for a while.
Okay.
And dude just starts laughing. Like, he's so good, dude. The shit he's saying on commentary, it's fucking great, man. He is, Kevin Owens is fucking awesome.
I'm gonna have to take a peek at that one tonight.
It's not bad, dude.
Good.
So that was NXT, you know, I don't know. I should have thought ahead of some more scores for that. I give it 6 Hulk Hogan and Linda Hogan swinger sex parties out of 10.
I thought you were gonna go with the 6 Hulk Hogan bounced alimony checks.
Out of 10. I give it 6 Nick Hogan car wrecks out of 10.
6 spray-on NWO Hulk Hogan beards out of 10.
6 failed Brooke Hogan as a pop singer attempts out of 10.
You remember their reality show, dude?
Oh fuck.
Let's do 6 internet tracked Brooke Hogan Escalades out of 10.
Oh man. Yeah, there you go. There's that Lucha Underground this week. Another fucking awesome show. Some randomness in the show, but pretty good. There's some awesome promo backstage. And there's to talk about, like, dude, they spend so little time on advancing stories, but they do it so fucking well. They can take something in a minute and a half filmed vignette behind, you know, they progress stories farther than WWE does in weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't need a guy to come to the ring and fucking, you know. And that was another thing, actually. I had that note about NXT. NXT was like 20 minutes into an hour show before there was any wrestling. Just in-ring bullshit, dude. And it was okay at first because it was Owens and Zayn with Regal. That was pretty good. But after that, just backstage stuff and talking. Like, oh my god. But there's a great, on Lucha, there's this great fucking behind the scenes with Dario and Drago.
Okay.
In the fucking terrible looking bathroom again, I think. And Drago's actually in a fucking badass red costume this time.
Oh, okay.
So he's
So
a little green.
Green and blue. Okay, yeah, okay.
And like, dude, there's fucking, when it shows him, you know, Dario talks and then it kind of pans to him. Of course, he doesn't say anything. There are like animal sounds, you know, dubbed in. And
shit.
And it's dark though, but it's not cheesy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole thing is filmed grainy and dark, and like when Drago walks away, the lights like kind of flicker and come back on and shit. Like, it's fucking cool, man. I feel like the whole show is just, it's more ridiculous but less ridiculous all at the same time. Like,
right.
They could do literally anything.
Right.
And it doesn't matter, you know? And it still feels adult to me too. The show feels like it's made for fucking adults, not for children.
Right. Absolutely.
And WWE really does. I mean, you know, anybody can watch it, but I feel like it's made for children. You know,
yeah.
It's made for
adults.
adults.
I mean, they kind of went back to the 80s.
It's rated PG, for fuck's sake.
Right.
Which I don't think Lucha would make a PG because it's got obscenity. There's obscenity in there.
Yeah.
Vampiro's even said shit.
Yep.
The crowd says holy shit all the time, obviously.
And you got not real violence, but depicted violence between men and women. So yeah.
Dude, yeah, where fucking Pentagon took out the ring announcer chick.
Right.
That was intense, dude.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
If you're squeamish about that shit, you'd be like, ugh.
Yep.
You got this scary-looking motherfucker with a skull face, like, just beating on this chick, ravaging her like a helpless woman. It's pretty intense, dude.
A helpless, very good-looking woman.
She is really hot, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Matches on the card. Phoenix and Killshot had an awesome match. I like the Killshot guy. He's kill, don't talk about my chest shot. He's, that's the cool thing about Lucha is they let those guys in. Him and like Angelico's another guy. Amazingly talented. But if he went to WWE, they'd be like, oh, you're too skinny.
Yep. We're going to bury you.
And I like that. I think we came from that classic time where there was tall guys and short guys and muscular guys and fat guys and I feel like Lucha has that. They've got these vastly different characters.
Yeah, they got everybody from what's the big guy's name? Cage,
yeah, giant muscle, to like Big Rick's a huge son of a bitch.
Right, and then all the way down to your Prince Pumas and your short guys, but
yeah,
they
little
could
dudes.
fly around. Yeah, man.
It's fucking good. God damn it. Every week I'm just like, oh, Lucha Underground is so good. Now, I heard that they are spending $400,000 an episode, dude. So I remember I brought up that figure before, how much money
20 million or something, I think.
Well, I've heard now $400,000 per episode. They were filming one episode a day, I heard. Which
Really?
I don't know if that's the case. That sounds ridiculous. You get those people there, and dude, you gotta fucking bust out a bunch of shows, man. They're only an hour long.
Right.
They're looking for funding. It looks like they might try to move to a different channel. I think Spike should pick it up. I think that would be awesome for both. If they didn't fuck with it, if they let it be.
Right.
Because right now, the season finale in August might be the series finale. There's a possibility that this could go away, and that would be unfortunate because I think it's the best wrestling since like ECW. I might like this more. Lucha Underground might be my favorite American wrestling promotion of all time. It'd be between that and ECW in its glory days.
Right.
Because I just think it's so fucking good. And like I said, if the people who, if you're a little fed up with WWE, dude, take a look at this shit because it is awesome.
Yep. Yeah, it is. It really is. Everybody should be watching. It's only an hour, for Christ's sake, people.
You'll want more at the end of it, too.
You're goddamn right you will.
The actual, that series, the season finale is actually going to be like 2 hours, I think, so.
Good. It's about time. They should at least give us 90 minutes every week.
I heard originally their plan was to tour, and they had plans for pay-per-view, which I don't think pay-per-view is viable anymore.
No.
And I don't think it's toured either. I don't like the idea of a tour. I think the temple is fucking great. I think that it should always be in the temple.
Agreed.
And I like that too.
Agree.
I mean, Impact does it. WCW used to do it. The only problem you have there is like, they're in like, WCW I think had it always at like fucking Disney World or Universal Studios. I think that's where Impact's the Universal Studios.
Okay.
So you always get these crowds, but they're all tourists, and most of them don't even like wrestling, so they don't know what's happening, and they're not a good crowd.
No.
But here in LA, you can get people out there who are fucking interested in it. So the crowds at Lucha are fucking great. I don't know. I don't think they should take it out of the temple. I don't think they should do pay-per-views either.
No, absolutely not.
Keep it. Do 4 times a year. The episode is replaced by a 2-hour special.
Yep.
Like exactly what NXT does.
Yep.
But
don't mess with it. Don't mess with it.
Hopefully it comes back because if it was gone, that'd be unfortunate.
It ain't broke. Don't fix it.
It's my favorite shit. So Phoenix won that match by pinfall. It was a pretty good match. They have a number 1 contenders match. It was a 3-way. Number 1 contender for the belt. King Cuerno, Cage, Hernandez. Hernandez is new. But I guess he was in TNA and he was in a bunch of... I mean, he's pretty well known.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, he's a big guy. He's pretty good. They had him actually go over in that match. So.
Oh, okay. Good.
And then the career match, when Drago won the best of 5 match with a series with Aerostar, he won a unique opportunity. That was a title shot. But if he loses, he has to leave the temple forever.
Yep.
Awesome match with Puma. At the end, Hernandez comes out and attacks Drago. And, so Puma pins him, but he's very mad about it. He doesn't like the taking that bullshit win.
Right.
So
right.
there's dissension between Puma and Conan. Now I think Conan, they might move him over with Hernandez. I'm not sure on that, but the match was fucking awesome. And like I said, Drago came out in a new full red fucking getup. It looked awesome as shit. And at the end, after he lost, they did like a, the end of his career thank you thing, and he walks backstage, walks past Dario Cueto, through some kind of a curtain-y, I don't know, some kind of an opening, and then a giant fucking fireball explodes out of it.
Oh, cool.
And that was the end of the show. So it's like, I don't know, like they're like, he's the last of the dragons and shit. Like, I think that shit's awesome, dude. He's got that big prosthetic fucking slimy tongue.
Yep.
I don't know, to me the characters are fucking awesome in that, dude.
They're over the top, but it's not, it's a
somehow,
good over the top.
Like I said, somehow it's over the top and it's ridiculous, yet somehow it's more sensible than WWE.
This and you're spot on with that too, man. Mm-hmm. It is a lot more sensible.
It's fucking awesome, man.
It is. It's very good. Like I said, everybody needs to watch this.
It's on YouTube, man. You can watch a lot of the episodes on YouTube.
Oh, they got the full episodes on YouTube. Not fucked with or anything.
Actually, in HD, dude. No fucked up audio, no fucked up video.
Right?
Pretty good.
What you see is what you get.
Or if you have the El Rey Network, they do play them in huge blocks. They're also on demand on there, so definitely check it out, man. You can get it.
We're unfortunate enough up here to not have the El Rey Network.
Yeah, it's more of a Hispanic sort of channel, and
with the way our economy is going up here, we got a lot of different type of cultures, and I'm a little surprised that we haven't picked that up yet. So,
right, and there was also a jobber 4-way on there, so it was like 4 jobbers who got their arms broken by Pentagon in a 4-way match. That Tejano came in really quick, kicked all of their asses, threw the ref out, and called out the wrestler who used to be Daivari. He was the guy sitting in the crowd last week.
Oh, okay.
He attacked Tejano when Tejano fell on him.
Yep.
So I think they'll do like some kind of a thing. I don't know what they're going to call Daivari, but he's pretty good in the ring. So that could be something, I guess. Another thing I do with that, man, they say wrestling a lot on that show, which I like.
Yes, not sports.
They talk
entertainment.
pro wrestling, dude.
Yes.
And they don't hide away from it. Also, in the beginning of the show, there's been this thing all season with this cage of a creature that's in a cage. And now Dario Cueto takes the crew in there. And it turns out it's Dario's brother. So I don't know where that's going. We've been waiting the whole fucking year to see what's in this cage. So I imagine there'll be some ridiculous creature-style character, and I fucking can't wait for it, dude.
as long as he's not wrapped up in mummy wraps and they call him the Yeti, I think I'll be okay with it.
That should be, I know we've talked about doing some kind of like a live commentary on some old pay-per-views. That's probably the one we should do.
What Halloween Havoc was that? 94?
I don't know, 95 maybe.
95, okay.
I don't know. The only thing I wonder about is, are we going to be able to record online and watch? I mean, how is your feed for the network, man? Mine's fucking dumb sometimes.
Mine's pretty good. I bought the with our local cable company around here. I have the higher bandwidth because I game. I have 7 things that are hooked up to my TV that have to be hooked up to the internet as well. So
right. Yeah, I have upgraded internet as well, but sometimes the network just sucks. But
yeah, and not to mention my fucking multiple handheld devices that I got laying around too. Yep. Cell phones and tablets and shit. So yeah,
I know a lot of people. There's already a lot of people who do reviews of those shows. You know what I'm saying? Where they'll all watch a show independently, then they get together and they go through it. OSW already does that. Fucking awesome. So don't even fuck with it. That was what I was thinking, like, where if we'll watch it, then you can sync up our commentary with it.
Yep. Yeah, we'll give you a cue to start the...
Yeah, dude.
To start the pay-per-view.
Oh, my God. They'll be, like, 3-hour episodes. But I just worry about, like, if we have any bit of loading in there, or any kind of a hiccup, our shit's gonna be off. You know?
Yep, we're gonna.
I guess we're just gonna have to bite the bullet. Maybe we'll give it a shot one evening, and see if it works out. If it does, we'll post it up. And I kind of want to do some of those because, I feel like that's one of the most ludicrous cards ever. But we'll take votes on the page. People can suggest different shows they want us to watch. And
oh yeah, absolutely.
That'll be awesome. I don't know. There wasn't much for random news this week. Oh no, I don't think I have her name now. Oh, Missy Hyatt got arrested, but then charges were dropped, and that's unfortunate. I just wanted to point out that Missy Hyatt's had more dead wrestlers in her than the WWE Hall of Fame.
Bazinga!
I saw she got arrested, and that's the first thing that came to mind. I was like, oh, cool, I can make that joke. And then, 2 days later, the charges were dropped. I was like, fuck.
What were the charges, by the way?
Grand theft.
No shit.
Yeah, she's a fucking train wreck of a human being.
Yeah.
A lot of those chicks were, look at Tammy Lynn Sitch. She's off her fucking rocker. You can pay $100 or something, and she'll fucking bang herself on Skype. Which, if I had a little more money, I probably would. Because how awesome would that be? A chick that you thought was hot 20 years ago, hot as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You pay $100 for her to get naked on camera. That's probably worth it, man.
You think so, huh? I could think of a few different ways $100 could be spent a little bit more wisely.
Not on wrestling memorabilia, though. I would consider that wrestling memorabilia. You pay $10 for a Virgil autograph,
Hey, man.
So 10 times that to watch Tammy Sitch, masturbate. I mean, I think that's a way better deal.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, fuck.
Go ahead.
No, what else was in the news? We had a pretty big one, but I don't know if you want to save that for later, or if you want to save that for last.
If you want to just talk about SmackDown, nothing really, again, like we always say, if they're not going to advance the story and make you watch SmackDown, then there's not much of a point to watch SmackDown.
It's on the same fucking par as Superstars and Main Event, man. You don't hear anything about them shows.
There's more wrestling, which I enjoy.
There is more wrestling, but yeah, it's not relevant to what they're trying to do,
There's matches, nothing really progresses, so there's not much of a point to watch it.
Right. I think we had an Ambrose Rollins match that turned into fuckery. What else was there? I don't remember. Like I said, I tried to watch it, but goddamn if that shit didn't put me to sleep.
Nikki Bella defeated Cameron.
Okay, yeah.
Ryback defeated Luke Harper, and then Wyatt attacked him, which you think that's the seed?
Well, Harper was in the ring, and he kind of gave, he put Ryback down. Harper was sitting in the corner. Mm-hmm. And, how Wyatt does his little, when he's on his knees and puts his arms out and stuff, and,
right.
does his little talk. Then he turned around and looked at Harper, and then there was a little grin there. So hopefully this is a seed to be planted to get the Wyatt family back together, because
Rowan needs it, man. Rowan is floundering.
Yeah, it's hard watching him do singles stuff, because he reminds me, he looks like a fish out of water, man, just flopping around, not knowing what the fuck.
He's not very good. Harper's really good, though, on that.
Harper's good. I mean, you don't see a big guy like that doing dives outside the ring and shit like he does, man.
But that's the unfortunate thing of what the WWE has become at this point. There's no way a guy like Harper's ever going to be, champion or anything, right? I mean...
Well, he was IC champion.
But he'll never be the main champion.
Right.
They're looking for people we can get people on merchandise, and we can get them on Saturday Night Live, or we can, you know what I'm saying? So, obviously, some scary fucking dude like that's not going to be that, which is unfortunate, because I think he's awesome. I think he'd be a great, just fucked up champion, but it's not going to happen.
No, I say get the three of them back in that stable, and... I don't know. They were awesome. They were creepy. How WWF and WWE has always tried to do their hillbilly, the hillbilly angle or hillbilly characters or something. What they have, the Mountain Men or something as a tag team for a while. And There's a couple more that just escaped me. But, they always tried to have that one hillbilly angle in it. But they finally fucking got something right with this one. And then they, break them up after a short time and shit. But yeah, put them back together. That's what I say. Put them back together.
Hopefully they put Wyatt over
Ryback?
Ryback, because Wyatt.
God.
I mean, I like Wyatt, man. In the ring, I think he's interesting. I think his promos are great. I think he's one of the more interesting characters. Like when I got back into it again, which is when the network launched,
Right?
I was like, well, I was looking for something. I'm like, what is in here is interesting? Like, oh, this guy's interesting. I thought he was an interesting character. Kind of got me back into it a little bit.
Right. He was and still is one of the guys that I'm excited to see.
He's got something else, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's got that charisma.
And like I said, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like his promos, and I think that a lot of people are simpletons, and they just can't get, like I said, unless you come out like John Cena and like, oh, America, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah. To be real honest with you, it's no different than when the Undertaker used to cut promos like that too. And I hate comparing Wyatt to the Undertaker all the time.
I don't know. I think the Undertaker was very just kind of monotone, blah blah. I mean, like fucking Wyatt's almost got like an awesome preacher sort of thing. Like,
right.
The way he delivers shit is pretty fucking fantastic. I think it's one of the better promos.
I love how he says the word man.
Right.
Man.
So Sandow pinned Axel. Look at like a Sandow fucking Axel thing going now.
Yeah, that's too bad. Who was it that made the comment on the group that they should put those two together as a tag team? I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I could get behind it, I guess. I don't know what kind of gimmick, you would do with it, but, they could be a tag team. I'd be all right with that.
How would you, what would their name be? How are we gonna...
Well, somebody had said something about him doing, like, a fucking Macho Man, and they'd be like the Mega Powers or something. I think that's pretty fucking short-sighted, personally.
Yeah, that is, but...
Yeah, I think if you made them, like, where they come out every week, every week is, like, some classic team. If they came out dressed like Demolition some fucking week, and you worked in, a creative name every week for it, but they come out as Demolition one week, or then they come out as, like, the fucking Heart Foundation, and... even with fucking movesets too,
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Full-on fucking movesets, come out as like, well, some of those might offend me. It might offend me if they came out as Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? They could come out as like, when they Bushwhackers in the Hall of Fame, they could have came out as the Bushwhackers.
Or like the natural disasters, earthquake and typhoon.
With like fat suits on? Or?
Yep, with those big fake sumo suits, man. That'd be funny.
I think that's the way to go with them, dude. You own everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
you
why not?
could do like old terrible WCW fucking. You'd be like High Voltage and shit. They could literally.
That would be awesome. They
could literally be the Ding Dongs, dude, from Belleville.
Oh, dude, the Ding Dongs. Shit. They should put him out on Raw when they dressed up as Harlem Heat and see how Booker T takes that.
So we talked about the Ding Dongs and Jim Hurd's booking, and I listened to fucking a story of Hurd came up to Kevin Sullivan, brother, and Jim Cornette, and he's like, I've got the best idea ever, and he pitches to them a tag team of hunchbacks. And get this, because of their hump in their back, you could not pin them. And they would never lose.
My God, I hope they didn't consider it. I hope they didn't consider this.
No, of course not. But that's the kind of shit that fucking guy came up with. He also, came up with the fucking ding-dongs. Ding and dong from Belleville, dude.
Oh, my God.
It's fucking the worst shit ever.
How dumb. How dumb do they think that their fucking audience is, man?
It was the 80s, man.
I know, but still.
Oh, shit. I love it. I think that stuff, as much as I like, I like good stuff, I fucking love bad stuff in wrestling, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't you fucking just love something that's just terrible? I do.
Something that's so good it's bad, or so bad that it's
right, good. Yeah, to me, like, the ding-dongs are that, or like the Renegade, or, just the dumbest shit ever. Monster trucks on top of a fucking arena, like, dude, that's
Yeah,
so fucking bad.
It's so bad. But that was so bad that it was bad.
Abdullah the Butcher being like electrocuted in the middle of a cage at Halloween Havoc.
Yep, I remember that.
Like, what the fuck, dude? I remember WCW. I don't remember what they were called, but there's like two construction worker guys who were a tag team that came down with like orange fucking safety vests on.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Was their name Men at Work or something like that?
It fucking might have been, dude.
I think it might have been. I remember that.
But shit like that is like, that's funny to me. You know, or even like Duke the Dumpster Drosy, fucking the early 90s WWF shit, like just the worst.
Oh, dear fucking goddamn right it was.
Shit like that just makes me fucking crack up. Like, watch Raw from the first year, like a 1993 Raw. Just the fucking characters on there. It's just like...
It's just, yeah. Makes your head hurt sometimes.
So, yeah, this week, Vern Gagne, what was that, Sunday night, Vern Gagne passed away at age 89. I'm never too really, I mean, you know, obviously remember people when they pass. When someone's 89, it's like, fuck, man, that's a pretty good run.
Yeah, especially for a wrestler, man. You see too many of these guys going young and shit like that. But yeah, no, he lived a full life, man, and not a fantastic wrestling career.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he was one of the first of those old time guys. You know, he was one of the ones that got over. He was on commercials. Mm-hmm. I mean, in our neck of the woods, Vern Gagne was like fucking legend status. You know, in the upper Midwest like this. Fuck.
Yep. He was Hulk Hogan before there was a Hulk Hogan, man.
Yeah, he was, and he created Hulk Hogan.
Yep. Yeah. That he did.
And he foolishly let him get away.
Yep.
Over some fucking T-shirt money.
Yep. That's right. Yeah, I remember watching something on that.
Yeah, dude. So, you know, yeah, it's whatever. I mean, he was a fucking awesome. Ran the AWA. I was hoping, like, can we please get some AWA now on the network?
Right.
They own all of that shit, and there's no AWA on there. Like, I want to watch. That's good stuff, man. The thing I think they fear is if they show you that fucking AWA in its heyday, you'll be able to see that it was actually better than WWF at that time.
Right.
Because there were times where AWA was pretty fucking fantastic, in my opinion.
And not to mention that it's better than their current product right now, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, and AWA just had, like, all of their stars. You know, Vern Gagne trained, like, dude, if you sat here and looked at the list of guys he trained, it's hundreds.
Oh,
it's a who's who of fucking wrestlers from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely, man.
I mean, dude, what? Ric Flair, Rick Rude, Bobby Heenan, the Legion of Doom. I mean, you go on for days.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, I think that guy gave a lot back to wrestling. You know, I guess he had suffering from dementia.
Yeah, that kind of seems like that would, yeah. Head hits, that sort of thing. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't remember hearing, you know, and I had to look into this too, that he had an altercation in an old folks home that he lived in 2009 with a 97-year-old guy.
Oh, jeez.
Who fell and broke his hip, I guess, you know, according to that person's widow. Gagne picked him up and hurled him on, basically suplexed him.
Oh, jeez.
And then broke his hip by pulling back on his body. So, I mean, he killed the guy.
Right.
But, you know, they never really pushed charges. Even Gutman's family, they were like, yeah, you know, they didn't want to do anything about it, you know, so.
Right.
And rightfully so. You know, yeah, Greg, I always liked his son, too, Greg Gagne. I didn't like necessarily as a ring. I didn't think, you know, he's one of those guys who, his dad is a great wrestler, and was like, yeah, he probably should have stayed out of the ring, but he tried to keep them going, but Vern was very, I mean, I think everybody knows, like, the AWA failed because they just failed to stick with the times.
Right,
you know,
absolutely.
And it reminds me of WWE right now, actually. You know?
Oh, the only bad...
Old guy, you know, you got an old guy who's just out of touch, and he's not moving, so...
Sounds like my football team a couple of years ago.
Right, yeah, Big Ten Conference Championship in wrestling, 44, 47, 48. You know, a member of the 48 United States Olympic wrestling team. Pretty awesome.
Yep, that is pretty awesome.
He always had a thing. He liked, you know, bringing up amateur guys into the business, which is a good base, certainly.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, they put him in the Hall of Fame in 2006. So only 3 years later, he had dementia to the point where he got away with killing a guy in an old folks' home. 2006, he seemed pretty sharp. You know, he was cracking jokes. He was, I mean,
Well, I mean, once that stuff sets in, I mean, it can escalate rather quickly. You know, it could have been misdiagnosed too, because I mean, dementia and your Alzheimer's can be, quite the same. So,
yeah.
So it could have been misdiagnosed. Who knows? Who knows? So.
Right. But yeah, he's a, NWA, not the NWA champion, but back then, the Chicago version, the Texas version.
Yep.
Obviously a 10-time AWA champion, which doesn't really mean much. He wrote himself.
Yeah, he just wrote himself in there, yeah.
I'm going to be the champion again. That's the problem you get. That's what the problem with, like, dudes like Hunter. You know, like, you write your own story. Like, if you were writing your own story every day, what would that be like? You know what I'm saying?
I'd have an awesome story.
You'd walk out of the house and, like, fucking save a baby from a fire, and you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like every woman would want you, and you beat everybody, and like so.
You're pulling survivors out of a car wreck, and this is just the first block that you get out of the
Right,
house.
so that's the problem a lot of those guys run into, is they're sitting here, like, writing their own shit, and they just can't help themselves.
Yeah, no, I agreed completely.
So, rest in peace, Vern Gagne, and WWE, please add the AWA to the network so we can watch that shit.
Oh, did we, forgot to watch the next... Did they post another episode of The Rock and Wrestling?
Oh, fuck, I forgot to look.
I completely forgot about that, too.
Might have a 2 for next week.
Yeah, we're going to have to...
Keep that
watch
up.
2 episodes of that.
Yes.
That's 26 minutes, Jim. How in the fuck am I going to
I like the Rock and Wrestling review every week. We failed that. I guess I totally forgot. Was busy with wrestling, dude. It felt like, it felt like a job. Like,
Yeah, it really... This week was a lot to fucking keep up.
It was a nice way to... I always looked at, too, it's like, how do you justify watching a fuckload of wrestling every week to your girlfriend? You start a podcast about wrestling. So I'll talk to my girlfriend. I'm like, dude, babe, I gotta watch this. I mean, do a fucking podcast.
Yeah, I know. I had
people listen to this. They demand that I watch this.
I had some company Monday night too, and I was trying to watch Raw, and then this person came over and sat down, kind of looked at the TV, seen what I was watching, looked back at me, and I was like, yeah. Grabbed the remote, shut it off.
See, my chick knows. I mean, if you're out there like dating and shit, you gotta. I wouldn't be like. I would keep that from them as long as possible.
Well, I'm not out there dating. I mean, or nothing like that. It was just a friend that stopped by.
Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't tell. I wouldn't
that
tell
happened.
Chicks. If I became single, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, he goes to wrestling podcasts. Holy shit, that turns fucking vaginas into deserts in no time, dude.
Well, I mean, when somebody asks you, hey, what are you doing Friday night? Well, but no, I just figured being straightforward is kind of more of the way to go, but yeah, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to finish my story there real quick, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to make you watch this. I'll watch this some other time. Because it's so bad.
Yeah, so you had the Raw on Monday, Tuesday, they had the finals of the King of the Ring on the network, which I watched. It's pretty mediocre. I mean, it was all right, I guess, whatever. Wednesday, they had McFoley's Cheap Pops, which is like an hour, maybe a little over an hour of his, like, he doesn't like to call it stand-up. It's not really stand-up. It's just him talk, Q&A. I mean, there's a little bit of a questions at the end, but most of it's him telling stories. I really liked it. I thought it was good. I'm a big McFoley fan. I thought it was well delivered, and, it's pretty funny. It's definitely worth checking out.
He's an entertaining fella.
I love Mick Foley. Yeah, man, how do you not like him? And his stories on there are really funny, man. He's really good. And then Thursday, oh god, that's right, the Jericho and Steph podcast.
I'm glad I skipped out on this one as well, man.
I watched a half hour of it, and it was the most fluff bullshit, dude. It is terrible. And I expected it to be complete fluff, and it was just so... It had no balls at all. And so what's the point, dude? sit and like listen to her put her father over for an hour. You know, it's gross, dude. If you watch it, it is fucking gross. The whole thing is just. Ugh.
I could see that coming.
It made me want to puke on her tits.
I did read that comment.
It does, dude. Just fucking terrible. And then I guess today they had, and I suppose well placed. They have probably a mini doc about Big Show versus Mayweather, which I have no desire to watch. I think that's stupid. You know, like even at the time, I was like, that's so stupid, dude.
Yeah, I definitely. Them bringing stars in do shit like that. It's fucking ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. How do you feel about what do you feel about the fight tomorrow? Waste of. I think it is $100 or something.
Last I checked, it was $60 because we were actually talking about that at work. You know, restaurants that are kind of known for places to go for these sort of things, they're charging cover charges.
Well, they have to pay more than, you know.
Oh, I understand that, but
you know how much they probably have to pay for it? Who fucking knows, dude?
I'd probably say, well, you know, you gotta look at like how many TVs they got in a place like that, like a Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that. They do like 70 fucking TVs in that fucking place.
Well, it doesn't matter how many TVs it is. It's just if you're gonna play it in like a public place like that, you have to pay more. They probably have to pay $1,000, $2,000.
I was gonna say, my guess was gonna be about $1,500. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be $100, which is insane.
Actually, well, I don't have everything hooked up, and I'm not gonna dig through my cable box right now to see what it is. So I was actually thinking about ordering it. But I'm actually going to be at work tomorrow night, so I'd have to watch it recorded, which I'm sure it'll all be spoiled for me by then.
Oh, that's pointless. Yeah. I mean, really, for me, I used, you know, in the 80s, I liked some boxing, but boxing's gotten so ridiculous. Yeah, I don't feel like, I mean, it's too easy to throw it. I think it's going to be bullshit. I think Mayweather wins by decision, and probably that's it. I hope Pacquiao wins, but
I hope Pacquiao wins.
I don't think it's going to be a legit card.
They've been putting some specials on ESPN on SportsCenter and shit, talking to both of them, and I do not like Merriweather, dude. Don't like the guy's fucking personality. Mayweather, I'm sorry, yeah. I don't like his personality.
Oh, he's a fucking piece of shit,
yeah. They go through his house and stuff, and he's just like,
fuck him.
They're like, you got a $1.6 million worth of cars here. What do you do with them? Nothing. I don't fucking drive them. You bought. It's just like, I don't know. I don't like the fucking guy. Too fucking.
Well, that is multiple cases of domestic battery.
Right. Yeah.
He's a piece of shit. Fuck him.
Right. Exactly. He is a piece of shit.
I have very little interest in that car.
So I hope Pacquiao kicks his ass tomorrow night.
That'd be good. What do you think about John Jones?
Oh yeah, I read that. That just goes to show that, you know, I don't follow UFC. I used to follow it quite religiously.
When it was good.
When it was good, yeah. And this guy. Just showed you the type of person he really is. Just showed you the piece of shit that everybody knew he was. So,
man, I don't get it to these fucking guys. What are you doing, dude?
Right. Same thing with like football players and shit, man. Like the Aaron Hernandez, let's take for example, which goes into prison a tight end, comes out a wide receiver.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You know what makes it? Why do you gotta go out and act like a thug? Why you gotta go out and fucking prove something to these guys that don't fucking mean shit to you with your career, that you're hard, that you're
I feel
tough.
like he was probably drunk. That's why he took off. There'll be no way to prove it, but I bet that's the case, dude.
Yep.
I bet
I'm sure it is the case.
To avoid another DUI, he fucking took off.
Yep.
But, you know, then he came back, he came back to the car and got a sack full of money. A sack full of money.
Right, and so then you got a sack full of money. Why don't you call a fucking taxi, man? Come on,
dude. And then doesn't take his weed out of the car.
Oh, really?
And leaves his car there. Hit and run does not mean get out of your car and run. It means
stay in the car and drive that
dude.
Thing if you
can. So the police show up and they're like, "Well, this is John Jones' car," and people are like, "Yeah, it was fucking John Jones," you know. And you don't even have the decency to take your fucking weed and chuck it? Are you stupid?
Yeah, the guy's been punched into the fucking head.
I know somebody who was well over a decade ago. They were in a rollover accident, unrelated to the fact that there was pot in the car. And once the car rolled a bunch of times off the road, everyone was okay. Everybody lived. Everyone got out. He crawled out of the car, and they took his fucking weed and buried it in the snow before the fucking police and
shit.
showed up. After rolling a bunch of times, he had the sense to do that.
Well,
yeah, this guy, he just leaves it in his fucking car. What a dumb son of a bitch.
It's just thinking ahead, man.
Got stripped of the belt. He's pretty much done, dude.
Yeah, his career there is over. So guess what, guys? Might see him in the WWE in a couple months.
Oh, God. You won't be seeing Ronda Rousey, according to Dana White.
Yeah?
He said one and done.
Okay.
Rightfully so. I wouldn't put her back in a match. How do you put her in a match and make it even sensible?
No, you can't.
She fucking kills the best women fighters in her weight in 18 seconds, and I'm supposed to believe that Stephanie McMahon has a chance against her.
Yeah, we're supposed to believe that. Come on, you guys.
Maybe if you were going to do it, you have to do like a Rock and Rousey versus H and Stephanie or something. Even I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch Stephanie on camera, much less in the ring.
Right.
Triple H. Fuck, dude.
Fuck him.
You got the end with just like 2 minutes worth of MMA and boxing for you.
Yep. Might as well.
There's a bunch of questions, all from a couple of cats. A new listener hit me up today. Talked some wrestling for a while.
Fantastic. That's a fantastic.
Some gentlemen, some UK listeners, man.
Oh, we crossed the pond, huh?
Shout out to the UK, fucking.
Yeah.
Real wrestling fans reside there, man. They fucking love wrestling.
Well, then they should love us.
Well, they I don't know why somebody hasn't. Why there's not a real, serious, big name British fucking wrestling company. I mean, I know they have some indies, and I don't know. I mean, there's not something that's really on TV over there that I'm aware of.
Right? I say throw a WrestleMania over there one year, man.
Well, Cena came out and was like, trying to play to them, saying that they should get WrestleMania. And they should. I don't know why they haven't had a WrestleMania.
You fucking put that thing in what's the fucking stadium? Wembley Stadium?
Holy fuck.
You can sell that fucker out, man.
You can sell that out with a piece of shit card.
Right.
They love fucking wrestling.
Right. Absolutely.
Even Impact, when they go over there, Impact goes over fucking huge over there.
Well, yeah, they don't have anything over there.
I'm sure they have some indies and shit. I'm sure he'll correct us.
I'm sure he will.
He's pretty vocal.
Okay.
Like I said, I messaged with the guy for, I don't know, an hour or two today.
Right
talking wrestling.
Sweet.
But yeah, a bunch of questions. Michael and Donna, thanks for checking out the show. I believe that's his lady friend. So I'm going to pitch these questions at you. We'll see what you have to say.
Okay.
What do you think will happen when Triple H and Steph step down in 10 to 20 years and their kids take over? What kind of era do you think they'll create? That's a fucking good question, right?
It is a good question, and it's hard to answer because do you know why that's hard to answer? Because we don't know their kids.
Well, they've smartly kept their children away from
right.
from television for now. I mean, will they go? They'll probably be like Vince and wheel them out there for fucking 0.1 of a rating. They'd probably put them on TV in a second. They'd probably have the Undertaker fucking bury him alive or something.
Right, yeah. No shit, right?
I don't think they know any pounds. I don't know, man. I'm not convinced that it'll even get to that. Like I said, I feel like Vince could sell it off. One day at random, he could just be like, boom, sold it.
Right.
I don't know that he'll necessarily leave it to them. I feel like, NXT is way better than the main card, and that's pretty much H's show. So if that's maybe it won't be that bad. That's my thought. But NXT is not, it was way better, I think, even 6 months ago. At this point, I'd say I like about 35-40% of it, which is way more than I like of the main card.
Right.
It continues. I don't know where it's going to go. I mean, I think it's stuck. Can you go back from this? It's publicly owned. It's already rated PG. I think that this is where it's going to stay, at least until they get some competition and they feel like they have to adapt.
Yeah, because there's nothing to push them. There's nothing to push them to make it good.
Yeah, that's why they can do what they want to do. That's why they're like, you don't like this guy? You don't like Roman Reigns? Fuck you. You like Ambrose? Well, he's going to lose everything. You like Bryan? Fuck, we're going to bury him.
Yep.
They do what they want right now, so all it'll take is some competition. They'll change their tune quick.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's just no other promotion out there that can.
But there's that.
Financially.
There's, will the WWE even survive that long? You know?
That's another fantastic question there, too. And right now, with the way the current product's going, and I honestly, if they don't change something, I honestly don't see it sticking around.
I mean, there's plenty of people who like it right now. You know?
Right.
I mean, I think like people who, listen to podcasts like this and the internet sports entertainment community, ISEC. I think that's a little bit different. But there are people who like it, I guess. I mean, mostly children, I imagine.
Right. And that's probably what might keep them afloat.
People who don't know what they've missed in the past, They don't even, that's why you see that WWE Countdown show on the network, and it's like so centric to today.
Yeah.
Like the omissions on there are like, oh my fucking God, are you serious? They just know it's such a short-sighted history. People are like, oh, I think the greatest rivalry is like, John Cena and CM Punk. Like I browse around looking for wrestling podcasts just to kind of scope out, see what's out there. See if anything's, on par with this 5-star worldwide podcast.
With our 5-star.
And there's like one where it's like, these two guys, we've been wrestling fans since 2005. What have you seen since 2005?
A whole bunch
Unless
of Cena.
You're going back and really looking at it, which I don't feel like a lot of people do. I guess like this, Michael was saying that him and his buddies, they're on holiday, which for our American listeners, that's what they call vacation. And vacation is this thing that people in America used to get from work, but don't anymore.
Right.
It's where you get time off and you don't have to go to work.
And you get paid for it as well.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. These countries, logical countries with guaranteed vacation. In America,
it's mandatory vacation.
In America, nope. Even though statistics show that they're happier, better employees, they get more accomplished,
more productive.
You'll never, I try to like bring these things to because I work in an office, and like, do you know that if you're on break 15 minutes of an hour in an office job, you actually get more accomplished than if you just sat at your computer for an hour?
Right.
You'll never convince anybody of that, though.
Right.
Boss like, like the most successful companies, Google, shit like that. Like, you can go and drink a beer at work.
I've heard Google's not that easy to work for.
Well, no, I mean other companies though. There's a lot of ones I've seen online where you can go and play basketball, and they're like, "Well, do you have to play basketball for like a little bit, and you have to be back?" They're like, "No, we can go back whenever." But people.
Well, I suppose if it's in a sort of a job where you got to be creative, yeah, I can see stuff like that to kind of like instead of if you run into like a creative block or something like that.
Yeah, but there are companies where you can go down and grab a beer. Free beer, mind you.
Right.
And hang outside, and like drink a beer, go back to work. I don't know. I just think like not a lot of places do that. But anyway.
Like nobody.
Get on in America.
Well, I mean,
mandatory fucking.
You're gonna have them fucking assholes that are gonna abuse it, and then like you said, man, you're gonna have fucking one guy ruin it for everyone.
I don't know. There's a lot of interesting business strategies out there. I saw the thing about a bread company where everybody gets paid the same thing. From the janitor to the CEO, everybody makes the same amount of money.
Okay. I think I've read that,
too. It's all owned by everyone who works there, so all decisions are made in a group. It's fucking pretty awesome, dude.
Well, that's the way a lot of things should be. I agree with that.
Sierra Nevada, the beer company.
I have a cousin that works for them.
Oh, yeah? Out in Vegas? Or no, Nevada?
Up in Northern Cali.
Yes, that's where it is. They actually have, a doctor that's there. Mm-hmm. So if you're not feeling well, you just go to their fucking clinic. They have daycare for their employees. There's companies that are starting to get with it, but, I don't know. I've worked at my job for 5 years. I get no vacation.
See, I've worked at my job for I'm coming up on a year here, and we got some pretty good news this week.
That's good.
Profit sharing, that sort of stuff. So yeah,
it's good stuff.
But yeah, and I work in a line of work where
you don't get that.
Companies don't fucking do that.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but yeah, anyway, that was a big rant on vacation. They watched all of the WrestleManias, 5 a day. He said That's fucking. I don't even know if I could.
That's fucking dedication, man. That's
You know, it seems like a good idea until you like have to watch the blow off of a Doink the Clown and Kona Crush. Fuck. Or you gotta watch the WrestleMania 9, or also on WrestleMania 9, you have to watch fucking Mr. Perfect like bump around Lex Luger.
Oh man, carry that fucking match all the way.
So, I don't know. I mean, if their kids end up taking over, if they survive, it'll probably just be more PG bullshit. I don't see it coming to compelling. You know, it's hard to tell a story in their shit too because everything's so bright and sanitized and orderly. You know what I'm saying? Like Lucha Underground can tell gritty stories because they're like filmed in a fucking terrible looking bathroom.
Yeah,
they're filmed in like the bathroom from Saw. Or there's like shit on top, promos on top of the building. One random thing I did forget about Lucha this week. Dario Cueto's walks outside on the phone, and there's this real nerdy motherfucker there. He's Marty the Moth. He's like, oh, Marty the Moth, and blah, blah, blah. And it actually is a dude from the last Tough Enough in 2011.
Oh, no shit.
Martin, who got, kicked out. And then he actually interfered in a match later, too. And he looks like Peter Brady to me. I don't know.
Oh.
I think it's really weird. I don't know what they're going to be doing with him. I mean, he could have signed with them, I guess.
What the hell, huh?
But yeah, he's wearing, an Aztec Pride shirt and shit.
Oh, fuck.
Seemed really weird. I was like, Marty the Moth? I don't...
Marty the Moth.
He's like,
Sounds like
Moth is my spirit animal. Like, what? It was kind of hokey. It was really goofy for Lucha to have, something like that. I thought it was really...
What was... Remember the show The Tick?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was Arthur. That was Arthur. Never mind. Okay. I was like, it sounds like they ripped that off from The Tick, but no, now I just remembered that his name was Arthur. And that's it.
Yeah.
Not Arthur the Moth, just Arthur.
This guy's questions are so compelling and well written, dude. So fucking,
Let's move on to the next one, then.
Do you think there should be a draft again and a new championship belt and women's championship belt on SmackDown?
I say throw that fucking Diva belt in the garbage and call it what it's supposed to be fucking called, is the women's championship.
Well, that's what he called it here, so props to him. So basically saying you'd have a world champion on Raw, women's champion on Raw, and then the same on SmackDown.
The same on SmackDown.
They don't have enough of a roster to do it right now.
They really don't. What I would say would probably be the best idea, or how I would, because you see SmackDown is kind of like the minor show.
A little bit, sure.
Excuse me. I would push the fucking IC belt on that show hard. That's what I would do with it. I wouldn't bring in another championship or anything like that. There's plenty of belts out there.
There's the U.S., the Intercontinental, and then the main belt. There's only...
No, you got the U.S., Intercontinental, the main, you got the tag teams. That's more than what they've had.
I think that's way less than they've had. I mean, they used to have separate world belts. They used to have...
Yeah, but that's when they bought everything up, though.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that they have enough people. I like the idea of it, but they're not going to do it. Kevin Dunn produced both, and when SmackDown had its own writing staff and they competed with each other, that was good, because then that was when Paul Heyman was writing on SmackDown.
Yep.
And Raw was shit. And SmackDown was this little fucking awesome show,
Yep.
So, if they went that far and separate writing teams, and those guys wanted a separate producer, I would like that too. Fuck Kevin Dunn, he's bullshit. Fire that bitch anyway. But I think the shows should look different, even,
Right.
Then I wouldn't have a problem with it, but NXT could almost be that.
Right. It should almost be another promotion.
I mean, you could just get rid of SmackDown, because you don't have enough guys as it is right now.
Right.
Put all those dudes on your main on Raw, and then just run an hour or a 2-hour NXT show on Tuesdays as SmackDown.
Yep.
But they moved SmackDown now, so I guess it's on USA. Is it going to be live then, too, on Tuesdays?
I don't even think Raw's live on Mondays,
yes.
to be honest.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
is it?
Yeah,
okay.
So they used to film SmackDown on Tuesday, and then, air it on Thursday.
And then air it on Thursday. Or
so
Friday,
I guess if it's going to be live,
Thursday.
But, I mean, it's an interesting idea. I just, like I said, it would need to be separate writers, separate producers, and they'd have to have a fuckload more guys.
Right.
So,
yeah, you'd have to have at least 50 guys on your main roster to do something like that.
And then there's cool shit there. I mean, can you get the champion from each without consolidating the belts. I guess if you champion from A and B fight, they almost have to put the belts together then. So you can't really do anything there.
Right.
You know,
like they did there. They had the old WCW World title, and then they had the WWE title. The guy would win. Like last year's WrestleMania, I think, is when they finally quit doing that. Not after Bryant won it.
I guess, yeah. I mean, there's ways to do it, but I don't think that under the current system it'd be, you know, I don't think it'd be logical with things the way they are right now.
Right. They
but would I
definitely
love
have
to
to
see
change
that?
some
Yeah,
things.
I would love to see a completely different writing team and, you know, something to break out of, because goddamn, this shit's bad right now.
Well, yeah, like I said, man, it's just don't got enough people. That's, you know.
I don't think they have enough people for what they do as it is. You know?
Right.
I mean, they barely have enough people for Raw. You know, if they cut all the horse shit out of Raw and actually had some wrestling, you know, you would
3 hours is a lot, man. Yeah, 3 hours is a lot.
You know, where are the primetime players? Where do they wrestle? Do they wrestle on, like, main event and shit?
I don't know, but why cut promos on Raw
and never wrestle on
and put them on shows that nobody fucking watches, man?
I don't get it either, right? I mean, SmackDown has to have way less watchers then.
I am eagerly awaiting these guys to come back out into the ring, man, because I think that their promos are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. They could be wrestling on any of these other bullshit shows.
Yeah,
just never would know. Because I mean, I don't know, main event. He was saying that they don't get main event over there.
They don't? Okay.
Which, like I said, I mean, that's hardcore if you want to watch that too. We get that on the network. I don't watch that.
I don't watch it either.
Maybe I will, just to see if they have like some guys you haven't seen in a while on there or something. I don't know. But they've always had their B shows, you know, Velocity in the past, and I don't know, all their bullshit shows. So I guess it could be interesting, but I don't think they'll do that. Also, a second follow-up to that was, if you had a choice, what 5 male and female stars would you like to draft, and why? Holy shit, these questions, man. They're intense.
Do we have to be current day or what?
Yeah, current day.
Damn it.
I'll take Macho Man. I'll take Dusty Rhodes.
I'll take Mr. Perfect and Rowdy Piper.
I mean, the 5 guys I like right now, as far as male wrestlers go, like Wyatt, Ambrose, Harper, you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would put Zayn and Owens. I'd probably put way up above that, actually.
Yeah.
I'd probably take Zayn, Owens, Balor, Tommy.
It's like all NXT guys.
At least those 4 from NXT. You know, and then Wyatt maybe or something.
I'll do the main. I'll do my main card. The 5 guys I would pull. I'd have to go Ambrose.
Yeah.
Wyatt, of course. Then my next 3 are going to be a little different than yours. I'd probably have to do Seth Rollins. Fuck. Let's see here. Who else? Sandow, I think I'd bring in.
Yeah.
I would do something with him though, because he's got the charisma.
He does.
And I'd find something that works for him. He wouldn't be the Sandow that he is now, but I would do something with it if I was promoting. And then my 5th, oh man, let's see here. 5th. I don't know. I can't think of a 5th. I'd probably have to go with Harper with you on that one.
Right. I mean, I think the 2, well, to me, is like I've said before on the show, is like, dude, Sami Zayn, I think, is like the dude. He should be in the Roman Reigns spot, man. Honestly. Yep. I think he's the guy. He's got the charisma. Everybody likes him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Sami Zayn, and young kids like Sami Zayn. He's a positive character. But without being fucking John Cena-like.
Right.
To me, Zayn could be the next guy if they do it right. I think he could be the next guy to carry him. He could be fucking huge.
Yeah, I just don't. You know, Jim, it's so stupid that us as fans, we see this stuff, but the guys who have been in the business for years and years and years don't see the shit.
Well, they don't have any wrestling people writing on the show.
That's the problem.
You know, there's that, and then, like, too, with this NXT shit, you know, going to that Tough Enough, you know, okay, so, we say, like, what kind of business you work in, or no? Any kind of business, okay? Doesn't matter what your business is, let's say.
Okay.
What is the number one thing you look for when somebody comes through the door and wants a job there?
Whether they're competent enough.
Experience, right?
Yeah, your experience, right?
It doesn't matter what you're doing. You want somebody who's done that. So why does the WWE look for people who have no experience?
Because, like the point you've made before, over and over again, is they hate being in the wrestling business.
I mean, you got these guys who are no-brainers. Indie guys, Zayn and Owens, who they got him now, but Zayn has been on the fucking NXT for 2 years. He never needed to be there.
Right.
You could have brought that guy to the main card right away.
How much more over does he have to get onto the main card?
I don't know. And then they moved Neville in instead of him, which I like Neville, don't get me wrong, but...
Yeah, don't get me wrong there.
He's no Sami Zayn.
Right.
So why? I mean, that's just the thing. No matter what job it is, you want somebody with experience. So bring in guys who've done the fucking legwork. You know what I'm saying? You learn to wrestle. You learn a character. You fucking learn your mics. You do all that shit, and then we'll fucking bring you in. Instead, they're like, oh, we got this a bobsledder or a bodybuilder who's never done anything, and we're gonna try to make it. What the fuck is that? You don't. If you have a 5-star restaurant, you don't fucking hire somebody who's never cooked and be like, I'm going to fucking train him. No, you get a chef. Yep, you get somebody who has experience. Like, I've cooked fucking here, you know? What the
Exactly.
fuck, dude?
That's exactly right. Just real quick on the writing thing, we did miss a quick thing in news that I just remembered right here. TNA did hire Billy Corgan to write for them.
Yeah, I didn't want to miss that. That's right. Despite of my rage, it's Kurt Angle. He's in a fucking cage. Fuck. I mean, why not, dude? At this point, it's like, why not, dude?
Oh, yeah, right. I mean, what do they got to lose?
He's been running his own promotion.
Didn't he write for another... I want to say he wrote for somebody for a little while.
I'm not aware of that.
A bigger promotion. Or they were just talking about it. Because he's a pretty outspoken, huge wrestling fan.
Well, yeah, he has his own promotion.
Okay, maybe that's...
Which is, I guess, still going. It's been going for a long time, so running an indie promotion is pretty successful, but he already has just announced, I think they're going on tour with, Marilyn Manson or something. So the guy goes out on tour. I mean, I don't know, what good is he?
Yeah, what are they going to do? Well, I suppose, in this day and age, you could email and...
Skype and
Skype your ideas over and shit.
I mean, at this point, why the fuck not? Impact, you might as well do something. Like I said, and that's the sad thing about it, I don't know. We usually, by the time we record, it's Friday nights usually. Mm-hmm. Not to break the fourth wall. So Impact isn't really up on YouTube. I checked tonight. I was like, I'll watch Impact before the show just for shits. But it's not out there yet. I don't get that channel. Otherwise, I might check it out. I think, from what I have watched, it's been really bad before. It's not so bad now. It's better than WWE.
I've been trying, I should probably just set my DVR for it, because I do get that channel and everything like that.
I think it is, man. When I watch it, I think it's better. I mean, WWE is so bad these days.
Yeah.
But Impact has a lot of fucking problems. I mean, I don't know. I think they're on their way out. And then I hear, Jarrett's got Global Force Wrestling.
Okay.
Where they've announced a tour of, southern ballparks, which I think is really weird and throwback. So they'll be doing some matches at ballparks, I guess.
Southern ballparks. So
I guess they're looking to get TV, and I guess I hear that he's coming in and, snatch and TNA guys up, because a lot of those guys aren't under any kind of contract.
Yeah, absolutely, yep.
So, I mean, there's going to be another player. You got Lucha. What did we talk about? What was that other one that just got a TV deal on some channel? Paradigm?
Wasn't it?
Was it?
It was, what's his name's? Oh, Tommy Dreamers, wasn't it?
Well, they got a deal in Canada on
okay.
Fight Network.
Okay.
But there's another one. I think it was Paradigm Pro Wrestling out of Vegas or out of Nevada.
You did bring this
some kind
up.
of a channel.
Yep.
So, there's a lot more wrestling coming, man. TNA better get their shit together. But moving to that channel wasn't a good move for them. They had about 1 million viewers, and now I think they get 300,000.
Yeah, Destination America. I don't think a lot of people get that. I don't know why we get that up here, man.
Yeah, with the cable, but who has cable anymore?
I do.
Well, you are the only person of my immediate friends who does. I know how many people have Sling, dude. A lot of them. I can name a whole handful of people who I know who have Sling. But no one has cable anymore.
I got a good deal on my cable package, so
Yeah.
I'll probably have my cable box for another couple months till they jack it back up to the super ridiculous price.
But, like, you know, there's 5 guys in my band. Nobody has cable. At work, when we sit around at work, nobody has... Like, one guy in the room has cable. There's, like, 6 of us in the room. One guy has cable. No one else does. So, cable's not all it fucking cracked up to be.
No, and that's since Netflix got
At
so
this
popular
point,
and that sort of stuff.
Why don't you just fucking put your wrestling show on? You can run shows live on YouTube now. No problem to run live stuff on YouTube.
Yep.
Run your show live or taped on YouTube with advertisers in it. You'll make money off the watches through YouTube. Plus, you'll make money off of the advertisements you put in the show.
Right.
I don't know.
And you
don't even need the idea that you need TV anymore. I don't think it means much of shit.
Not as much as it used to.
No, because I'm way more able to watch something online than that too. And you can do online pay-per-views, which those haven't really done that well. Ring of Honor, I'll tell you that shit.
Yeah, no shit, right?
But that's at this point, I pay $9.99 for the network, but I wouldn't pay any other for any kind of. Even like I love Lucha, but I wouldn't pay $30 for a pay-per-view of it. I don't think.
No.
Just because pay-per-view seems at this point with so much entertainment and so much free shit, just to pay $30 for something is like.
Well, I think the only way I would do something like that is if like 4 or 5 buddies came up to the place here and
Right.
we all threw in $10 or $5 or whatever, grabbed a case of beer and some pizzas or something, and fucking. That's the only way I could see justifying something like that.
I wanted to watch that New Japan show that they had, basically their WrestleMania.
Yeah.
In the one that Jim Ross did the commentary on.
Oh, by the way, I did say Jim Ross is doing football this year. He's doing it for Oklahoma College. That's where he's going.
He was in talks to do the finale of Lucha.
Oh, was he really?
But I guess it didn't happen. Then there was talk maybe he would be on that finale, and then if they come back next season, he would be on there. Now, I love JR, but I don't want him on Lucha.
No.
I like the team. I think they're my favorite team, dude.
Vampiro? I think Vampiro's awesome.
Yeah, who are you going to get rid of? I mean, they would get rid of him and have, like, Matthews and JR, because that's who called that New Japan show.
Okay.
But I'm good with it, man. I like fucking Vampiro in there.
I like him,
so I'm fine with that, but lots of wrestling coming up, so maybe someone will compete with them. Holy shit, we got way off. 5 female stars, dude? I can't even... It's hard to think of 5 female stars that I think actually can wrestle good. Charlotte?
Yeah, that's one I would take, yep.
Becky Lynch? Also from NXT?
Yeah, she's not bad. I've seen that triple threat match that
what's the other chick? Who's their champion right now? I can't think of it offhand.
Shit.
We can't think of the NXT Women's Champion.
I can't think of the WWE Women's Champion.
Nikki Bella's the WWE one.
I know. I'm just being a fucking wise ass.
Why can't I think of her name?
Her, that one.
So there's 3
Holy
from NXT.
shit.
What, Paige from the main card?
Paige from the main card, and I think that'd really honestly be the only one that I would take.
Yeah, I'm pretty good after that, right? I don't want... Bailey? I guess I'd take Bailey from NXT.
Yeah.
She can work. I think her gimmick's fucking terrible and for her
little kid ponytail off to the side.
Yeah, it's for like 7-year-old girls.
Right. Yeah.
And on this one too, they have a feud with her and Becky Lynch now, where Becky Lynch stole her T-shirt and headband, and comes down mid-match, distracts her by having these things, and she loses the match. And so now they've got a rivalry. It's like, dude, fuck, that's terrible. And Bailey, it's for 7-year-old girls, so I don't know.
Right.
Whatever, but she's actually pretty good. You're watching her bump around that fucking terrible Dana Brooke bitch.
Oh, yeah.
This week, It's like, without Bailey, I mean, that would have been fucking just an abortion. She, actually made it somewhat tolerable, because she's pretty good in the ring.
Yeah, she is.
But I don't know, with, wacky inflatable arm man at the entrance, She comes down, and that's, and a lot of her moves I don't think make any sense, but whatever. That's my 5. I love that we still can't think of her name, the champion.
Yeah, it's great. I think, that's the only... It's not that,
Prove something. Watch NXT every fucking week.
But yeah, man, it just goes to show that there's not a lot of talent there, and I think we picked out all the talent in that women's division between between both NXT and WWE.
Right. That was only 2 of the 4 questions, dude. This is gonna be a long one today.
Yeah, fucking. What's next?
I don't give a shit. You're ready? You're like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Let's fucking do it.
Podcast all night. We're the longest podcast ever.
We're sitting here about 2 hours 20 minutes right now.
Yeah, someone was like, some guy commented, is like 2 hours. You could break that up, and like it's 2 hours for your listening pleasure, man.
That's right, man.
Most podcasts are 2 or 3 hours long.
Pop your headphones in at work.
2 hours of your day that they're passing. I'm always excited. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't hide the fact. Solid Monster Sounds Off is one of the wrestling podcasts I like. And that and Wrestling Soup are my 2 main.
Wrestling Soup. Ring Rust isn't bad. I don't listen to Ring Rust like religiously or anything, but like if I'm on my way to work or something, I'll pop it in.
I don't mind a little MLW.
Yeah, MLW isn't too bad.
When Conan's on there fucking smoking bongs and shit. Funny. But like when I see the episode of Solid Monster Sounds Off is longer, you know? Like sometimes it's like an hour and a half, you're like, eh. But when you see it's like 2.5 hours and it's like a packed show, it's like, yes! Yeah. 2.5 hours of my day that can fuck right off.
There you go.
So, this one, dude, this could be an episode in itself. If you could change the current state of how WWE is today, what 3 things would you change?
Oh, man, I only get 3.
And why? Yeah, well, the 3, right?
I only get 3.
Oh, my God.
And why? And I have to tell you why.
Well,
okay.
It should be obvious why. It
should be pretty obvious. We touch on that every day. Well, you go ahead, man. What's one thing you would change? We'll go back and forth.
Oh, my God. Oh, dude, it's so many. How do you pinpoint one?
How do you pinpoint one?
The writing, first off.
Obviously. That just kind of goes without saying.
You know, I'm not even gonna say 3. I'm just gonna, let's rapid fire all the shit that we've got. I'd say not opening the show with fucking 20 minutes of talking from the same people every single week.
Yep.
Less just terrible in-ring promos. I mean, the writing needs to change to be interesting, and it's just not interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not interesting, and it moves too slow.
Yeah.
This Kane thing with fucking Rollins has been going on for months. It was the same thing with Miz and Mizdow.
Yeah.
Where here's an interesting story, but it goes so long.
Yep.
And after going through 6 months of it and watching this change, like, so slowly fucking happen, then they piss it away in the end anyway.
Right.
2-minute roll-up fucking match. That's it. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
You know those two can have a good fucking match.
A good 10-minute, 15-minute fucking pay-per-view match?
Right. You know those two can do it.
But where they wrestled for the gimmick, it's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think the writing is probably the worst thing on the show.
Yeah. Oh, by far.
Yeah. So I'm going with the writing. What do you got?
You're gonna go with the writing? I'd keep fucking Triple H and Stephanie off TV as much as fucking possible.
Yep.
That would be my number 2 thing after the writing, because I agree with you on the writing.
Running very low on Surge right now.
Uh-oh. That means we better wrap it up pretty quick here, huh?
Yeah, they're terrible. I don't like seeing either of them on screen.
No, I don't think anybody does.
Well, they do.
Oh,
I mean, it's their own egos. And that's the thing. Triple H's never going to go away.
No, he's never going to.
He's always going to be on camera. He's almost on the show more than anybody else.
I know, and it's sickening.
And like I said, man, if he can't be the champion, he's going to decide who is the champion.
Yep.
Just the shit. I mean, it kind of goes to writing, but it's also where when people get over, fucking go with it. Like you did in your most successful times. When the crowd's behind Brian fucking hard, put your shit on the Brian train and fucking go. Don't like, oh, we want this other guy. And so start burying him and taking him down. They keep doing it. Ziggler, you know, he started getting over after Survivor Series really strong. And I'm like, oh, the next angle is you're going to be fired for 3 weeks. So you're going to lose anything you've got going. You know, that's the thing is, stop picking guys like Roman Reigns who can't wrestle, can't talk, can't do fucking anything. Like, oh, he's good looking. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Put guys on the top who can fucking wrestle good. And who get over. Let people have some freedom. You know, bullet point promos is the way to go. Right? You know, here, hit these 3 things, go out there and do it. And let these guys do something, man. I mean, Fandango, that's not what that guy wants to do. Like I said, we were talking, last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, about who you would cut. And that's why I don't put those guys on there, Adam Rose and shit. He's a good wrestler. It's not his fault. It's not these fucking guys' fault. They're putting these terrible gimmicks. And then lose every match.
That just falls. Yeah, that completely all falls into writing.
Are you surprised that when you take a guy like Adam Rose, you give him this very one-note gimmick, which, I mean, even at its best, you look at that gimmick from start and you look at it, it's like, what can we really do with this? You're fucked right there.
Yeah,
but once you get into it and you have him do 2-minute squash matches where he loses everyone, well, then what's the fucking point, dude?
Right. You might as well just have him come, like way back in the late 80s, early 90s when they just announced the jobber by his real name. They had no gimmicks. They had nothing like that.
I don't want to go back to that.
No, nobody wants to go back to that, but what's the difference, really? You're just giving this guy a shitty fucking gimmick.
And you look at, too, and I referred to this before, too, but Lucha Underground, Son of Havoc, they brought him in, and he fucking, by weird means, lost every match for, like, months on end.
Yep.
And he's still awesome, and he's still over. People love the guy.
Because he is awesome.
Right, that's the thing. So it's like, they got a guy that they fucking book him to lose, and there's still, I don't feel like Lucha has, like, guys that are just throwaways,
Yeah, no.
And that's what they do with so many of these guys. They're just a fucking throwaway. So I think if you did that, longer matches would be another one.
Yeah, please.
You got a 3-hour show and you've got 20 minutes of wrestling. Right? Yeah, we went down that one card. It was like 8 matches on the card, and it was like 2 minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 6 minutes. Holy shit, man. There's no wrestling on there. And that's by design. I mean, they don't want to be a wrestling company. They don't like pro wrestling.
Yeah, we've touched on that multiple times, yep.
And that's the thing that baffles me. So you get these people who watch Raw every week where there isn't any wrestling. I'm not sure what they're being entertained by. The story, I guess. And then the pay-per-view is all wrestling. So, although they've kind of gotten away from that now, there is backstage horse shit. Extreme Rules was just like an episode of... If that was a Raw, I would say, you know what? They got some pretty fucking decent Raw.
I was just gonna say that too. It
right?
It did feel like a Raw.
It felt like a good Raw.
Yep.
Which is not something we've seen since what? The day after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It was the last Raw that I thought was like that was decent, and that was the first one, and I can't even tell you how long.
Oh God, I couldn't even tell you either.
So that says something right there.
Well, my other one is I would completely gut that women's division and actually get some talent in there.
Yeah, there's a whole indie promotion. I can't remember what it's called right now. Where it's all women. That's the whole thing. Women who can actually fucking wrestle.
Right.
And just get a couple of those, dude. Stop.
Yeah.
That's the thing with them. They think that these chicks have to be like fucking models, dude. And they think they have to be these perfect 10 fucking models. That's why they get a model and then they try to teach her how to wrestle. That's why this Diva Search show is going to be bullshit.
Oh, God. I'm not even going to comment on that.
It's going to be a bunch of chicks who don't watch wrestling, don't give a shit about it. Well, this might be an avenue to further my career. And they'll go through and they'll do stupid things that, that they want them to do. And they'll go and do, like, sexist fucking chauvinistic things. They'll make them hold fucking raw eggs between their legs and have races or something.
Oh, man, yeah, it's just like...
just fucking Kevin Dunn fucking gross bullshit.
Now, women who do that to go on these shows that that think they're going to further their career by being on this show, there's something that'll do a much better job for that. It's called porn. Just get into fucking porn. Don't fucking waste your time with this shit.
Well, there you go.
So there.
And like I said, man, if you didn't grow up like me and you did, when the Ultimate Warrior music hit, you'd fucking shake invisible ropes. And if you weren't fucking, a Hulkamaniac or something, if you didn't grow up loving wrestling and that's why you're in it, then I don't really want you to be in it. I don't want some guys like, I used to be this or that, and then I got into it.
No, if you've never said any time in your life, snap into a Slim Jim, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, some of those guys made transitions. I guess Scott Norton, I was listening to him on the Art of Wrestling podcast, because I'm a big fucking Scott Norton fan.
Yeah, I like Scott Norton.
He was an arm wrestler, man. World champion arm wrestler before he got into wrestling. He got into wrestling at 30.
Oh, no shit, huh?
Yeah. So
did he take his hat and turn it backwards so it's like a switch?
Yeah.
And when the switch goes off, I turn into a different person.
Funny enough,
I'm
that
like a machine.
The competition that was based on, he won that competition.
Oh, no shit, huh?
Yeah, they had like a competition. What is it called in there? Whatever it was, they had.
I can't remember.
They had that in Vegas, and he went to it and won.
I can remember that line from the movie, but I can't remember what the arm wrestling competition was.
As far as a lot of people say, if he hadn't left arm wrestling, he was probably one. He was the best arm wrestler that year.
Yep. Oh, he's a big fella, man.
Yeah, I guess he's in that movie somewhere.
Oh, no shit, huh?
As one of the arm wrestlers, maybe. I guess I'd have to go back and look, but
I'd have to get over the top out.
I think it's on Netflix, actually.
All right, good, because I don't know where my VCR is at.
Yeah. You'd meet me halfway across the sky. No one is as cool as fucking Bull Hurley in that movie, though.
Yeah, that is true.
I've my whole life, I'm just going to do it one of these days. I was like, I want that. I'm going to get a red shirt with black letters that say Blaster. I just fucking want that shirt. I'll opt for sleeves, though, because
opt for sleeves, yeah.
I'm fatter than fucking Bull Hurley.
All right, what's
that's a variety of things.
Yeah.
Also,
you got any more?
I'd also send Vince home to sip at a pool.
Yep.
No, there's 4. There's the final one.
Okay, so we got one more?
Yeah.
Okay, you're up. It's your turn, man.
Which, this guy, like, props to Michael and Donna. Thanks for listening to the show, but also, like, giving us fucking shit to talk about. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that is awesome.
We love questions or topics or anything, so like I always say, man.
If we could do a whole episode where we just sit and answer questions, that'd be fucking rad.
That would be, that'd be pretty much what Wrestling Soup with the Saturday morning shit box. That's what their show on Saturday. They listen to they have like a voicemail thing, so they sit and listen to all these voicemails. Oh, it's pretty bad. I love Wrestling Soup, but I don't like the Saturday morning shit.
Oh, you don't like that shit? Okay.
Not that show. Not as much as their main show that they have on Thursdays, but definitely, like I said, Facebook, Twitter. You can comment on Podbean and Stitcher and shit. We're easy to get a hold of, and like I said, unlike a lot of these other shows, like this Michael dude found out, he commented on their shit. They didn't comment back. He comments on our stuff. Bam.
Back at you.
We'll always respond to your stuff, so hit us up. But yeah, his last one. Instead of Tough Enough, do you think they should find the next search for wrestling writers' talent? Because the current writers are, and this is beautifully English, rubbish. I love saying rubbish. They had a reality show for storyline artists to win a contract to do storylines. You guys think that would be better? I don't know if you did. I mean, how would you do a show about that? I don't know, but
I'm going to take a page out of Daniel Bryan's book here, and I'm going to say yes, 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 yes.
Just people who...
Anything's got to be better than what they got in the fucking writing room right now, man.
Dude, they wouldn't even have to do that, honestly. All they'd have to do is just listen to podcasts, which I feel like they secretly are doing anyway.
Oh, they have to be.
The indie, I feel like they're listening to a lot of them. I'm obviously not listening to Suplex City Limits. Yet. No. But, I mean, you listen to a lot of these, a couple of, like, we come up with shit on here that's way better than their shit without even trying.
Oh,
this isn't stuff we thought about. We come up with things on the fly that are a million times better than what they had come up with. And that's, and then people like, everybody, I heard The Miz was on, again, Sam Roberts' fucking podcast, talking about, the internet wrestling people, fans, they think they know everything, and they know what it takes to fucking book and this and that. Like, booking's not fucking rocket science. It's not rocket science to fucking write a Raw.
Nope.
You could write a Raw by yourself, dude.
I could write a Raw on a cocktail napkin while I fucking take a shit in a bar somewhere.
Right, dude. Paul Lee used to write fucking shows, ECW shows, on the fly, man. Backstage. Yep. Like, you're gonna fucking this, and, it doesn't take a big room full of fucking writers and all this shit. And like I said, they got these writers who Like, used to write on Everybody Loves Raymond and shit. Give a fuck out of here, dude. Again, if you didn't grow up loving wrestling, and you don't know shit about wrestling, then you shouldn't be fucking writing it, dude.
You've got no business in it. That's exactly right, man. In any part of it.
And this is probably the first time I can even think where it's being made by people who aren't wrestling people, you know? I mean, a lot of back in the day, you have Dusty Rhodes wrote a lot of wrestling, Jim Ross wrote a lot of wrestling. Wrestling people writing wrestling. Mind blown. Right? Yeah. That's such a fucking hard idea.
Probably the most logical thing that's ever been in wrestling is wrestling people writing wrestling.
Right, dude. I don't care what show. You know what I'm saying? When they look for writers, they're like, oh, we want experience on big shows. Because they've advertised that they're looking for writers before. And it's like, you don't need any of that. You don't need anybody who even went to college to write wrestling.
Right,
you know?
Gotta know somebody
American Dream never went to college, baby. He wrote all kinds of good wrestling. It's just, you know, they overthink everything. You know, and they're like, oh, we're going to, you know, this guy's not ready. And all these guys could disappear tomorrow at one time, and the show wouldn't fucking falter a bit.
Nope.
If next Monday there was Cena's gone, Big Show's gone, Kane's gone, H is gone, all these guys are gone, and in their place is new guys, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Hideo Itami, no one would even fucking care.
Right. And it'd be better.
There's this idea that, like, oh, this guy's not ready, or is he ready, or... It doesn't matter. Put guys out there who can wrestle, and it'll resolve itself. It's not like these guys are, you know, like Cena. They're always so worried about, like, oh, we got to go back to... Someone gets hurt, and it's like, oh, we got to go back to these guys, or Orton. I mean, I don't think it's as necessary as they do. They overthink everything.
Right. Absolutely.
So, yeah, new writers, I mean, obviously, that was the first thing we said was wrong with their shit, so...
So, of course, we're going to agree with him on this one.
I support fucking, new writing all the way around.
Oh, fuck. In every aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, man. They have the ability to change shit. It doesn't have to be, and it's just the same. Raw is the same shit, and it has been for years. The same presentation... The same, you know, like I said, 20 minutes of talking in the front from Cena, H, or Rollins, you know, I mean, the same couple fucking guys. It's just so rinse and repeat. And like I said, I don't know what these people are writing. You know, like this week, Kane's going to attack him again. But then the next week, they're going to be cool again. We're going to do that for fucking 3 months.
Back and forth. I'm a fucking genius.
I just don't, to me, I just don't know what those people are being paid for. You know,
it doesn't make any sense. No,
pay me and you fucking 2 of those people's salaries, and we'll fucking email the show in on Sundays. I'll email you in Raw and actual SmackDown fucking storylines.
That's right.
I'll email them into you by fucking Friday.
Spoiler, LOL. Axel wins.
You know how much fucking Xbox I could play? Fucking if that was my only job,
right?
And these guys are like, oh, we're writing. You know, like they fucking sitting there and. They're worked to the bone writing these shows, and I don't know what's being written, dude. It doesn't need to be. That's the thing. You get too many people. It's too many cooks in the kitchen, man.
That's right, man.
2 guys, 3 guys.
Too many irons in the fire.
You know, that's one thing. And 2, another thing is they don't look... You book backward. Jim Ross will tell you that. He learned that from intelligent people. You look where you're going, and you work fucking backward.
Yep.
So you pick a year in the future, and you book backwards. I don't...
that's actually a really, really good idea.
It seems like they just do it on the fly. They're like, okay, this week, I don't know. Fuck it.
Fuck it, Rollins and Orton again. Fuck it.
Fucking again.
Again.
Oh my god, there was another question.
Was there? All right.
Fucking... This was his, Oh man, so this is the last one. Huh. If Austin could have hosted the podcast with Stephanie and was allowed to go Commando, what 5 questions do you think he would ask her? Now, I mean, that's an interesting question. Austin is pretty rogue, but he's not completely rogue. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't go completely crazy. You know.
But can we take the next few minutes and just kind of pretend he did?
Oh,
because I have some really good
I feel like your
questions.
first question would be the same as my first question.
I think we're both on the same page here. Yeah.
Did you taste the madness? Working you.
Did you let them dig it? Ooh, yeah.
That's the question everybody has, man.
Yeah, that's the question everybody's gonna fucking ask.
At the beginning of the podcast with Jericho, he's like, I'm gonna get right down to the serious stuff. I heard you just came from the employee party. I've never heard of that in all my years of being here. I'm like, oh my fuck, here we go.
What? Really? That's the best question he could come up with. Huh? That's
My first question would be, did you fuck the Macho Man?
Yep.
Is that rumor true?
Yeah, that would be my first question. Yep. My second question is, since you did sleep with the Macho Man,
since we established in question 1 that you did indeed.
How many of them other guys
Take
in the
an
back?
elbow drop from the top.
How many more of them other guys in the back were dimping in the company ink there, huh?
How many wrestlers have you fucked?
Yeah, more than Madison Square Garden's been inside you, or what?
Oh, my God.
But yeah, that would be
Question
my next
3,
question.
have you considered fucking off? At all? Have you considered just going and doing your office job and fucking off?
Have you ever considered maybe calling your brother and asking him if he wanted to come take this shit over?
Yeah, dude. He doesn't. Not with them, anyway.
Yeah, not with them. I know he hates his family.
It's unfortunate. This Michael who asked this question.
I did read this. Yep.
Yeah, we were talking about Shane earlier, and he's like, you guys made a good point. And I was like, fucking A, man. Shane was the shit. And I feel like it would be a way better product if Shane was there.
Yeah, man. He gave freshness. He was a likable character, but he was still likable when he was supposed to be the bad guy.
When he does that, that goofy, like, kind of boxing dance thing that he does.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I feel like he would book it way more logical.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one. And Shane O'Mac, it's too bad that he's been gone for so freaking long, but he was, man, that guy would work. He'd go take bumps for the company. He was fucking good at it, man.
Well, they were idiots, so when they bought WCW, they're like, Shane bought WCW.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have Raw on Monday, and you move Nitro in your SmackDown spot. So your 2 shows are Raw and they're Nitro, and they have separate rosters, and Shane runs that, and actually runs that. You know what I'm saying? Completely different show, writers, producers, and you keep 2 brands going. That's how I would do it, rather than the SmackDown having a draft. That's what they should have done there.
Absolutely, yeah. Because then you could have your 2 belts, and then you could have your champion versus champion. You could have your WWE Championship. You could have your WCW Championship, and then you could have the unified title.
Where
also,
I wouldn't do that. I mean, I wouldn't unify them ever. I'd say like
I wouldn't unify them, but you'd have one world title, pro wrestling world title or whatever, rather than just one promotion and then another promotion.
So they should have done that. But yeah, I mean, Stephanie, I don't know what else. I mean, there's, I just hate her. And she sits on there and she's like, oh, I'm doing this. And I just hate how fucking PG they are. Like, you can do charity work. I'm all for that, but you don't have to put it on all the time on the show. And you don't have to have, like, everybody wearing pink in October for a bullshit fucking cause. That's a bullshit charity. They'll sue you if you use pink in charity shit. That charity sues people. Oh, yeah, the Susan B. Coleman or whatever? Or Susan G. Coleman? The one that the NFL's in with? Oh, dude. They waste money. There's people in that charity who make millions of dollars every single year.
Wow.
I
didn't know that.
So little of the money they get goes to it. Oh, it's gross. And that's the thing. It's like, how are you going to have any kind of balls as a wrestling company when you're just doing this shit all the time?
Right.
And she's like, oh, I play a heel on TV. And you know what? And the deal with that was, like, you could play a heel, but the heel always got, as JR would say, their comeuppance.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Whether that was Cornette or Vince or anybody, at the end of the whole fucking thing, they got what was coming to them. But not this fucking. She comes out there and smacks, emasculates fucking pro wrestlers and makes them look like fucking fools. And there's never a fucking, like the Rousey thing. That wasn't enough,
No, a hip toss.
Right.
A shitty hip toss at that?
Yeah, it was a hip toss.
He was a hip dad.
So, like, I guess those would be my main... That's not 5, but whatever.
I don't think I'd want to say more than 5 sentences to her if I ever met her.
I just want her to go away. Be the COO. Do that job. That's great. Just don't come on TV. No, it doesn't need you. Nobody. I mean, and that's the thing. They're so confused on real heat and, like, perceived heat. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Big Show doesn't have wrestling heel heat. He has X-Pac heat.
Yep.
He has fuck you heat. You know?
Yep.
And
they don't go away heat.
They don't get those they don't get the difference on that. And Steph and Hunter are the same shit. It's not like, oh, you're doing a good job of being a heel. It's just, we're fucking sick of you. And, like, really actually don't like them.
Yep.
So, I don't know. They need to both go and get off TV, as you said.
Yeah.
And that
absolutely.
podcast was a fucking joke. I don't care what anyone says.
Maybe bring them back every so often, but no. They don't need to be on TV every fucking week, or as much as they are right now. They're not on TV every week right now, but they don't need to be on as much as they are right now. So,
but yeah, that wraps up 5 questions from one guy. That was awesome. From him and Michael and Donna, like I said, on the other side. Listen to it in the UK.
Across the big water over there. Yeah, thanks for the good questions, man. They were awesome questions.
Fucking cheers for that.
Yeah, no shit.
So, yeah, if you want us to discuss topics or anything like that, go ahead and, like I said, Facebook.com/SuplexCityLimits. On Twitter, @SuplexCityLimit. Like I said, available on Podbean, Stitcher, and Intune. Intune actually has a Roku app. So if you have a Roku on your TV, you can actually listen to the show on there as well.
Fantastic. Awesome.
So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And, we'll be back next week with more. I don't know what's going to happen in WWE this week. Probably a very slight movement from this week. But we'll be back every week with all kinds of, insight onto the wacky world of wrestling.
Wacky. Yeah. We definitely did have a lot to talk about, and it showed in this one.
That's a long one.
Yeah, we're at 3 hours.
So if you got to this point, cheers to you.
Thank you. Thanks for putting up with us this long.
Yeah, thanks for listening to the show, and I guess that's going to do it, yeah?
Yeah.